had enough of this palaver. Let's get the show on the road.
There he is. Wow.
Nick Wallenda, how are you, buddy? Welcome to the show.
In the flesh.
Hello. What's going on, buddy?
Wow, that was, I got to tell you, amazing.
Thank you.
To watch that, you can't even fathom being in that position. You're walking across. You're walking across the Grand Canyon on a wire, and it's one thing to see it on television and try to put yourself in that position. What? You can't even say what were you thinking. What's the best way you can explain what that is like being in the middle of that?
I'll explain it the way my great-grandfather did. Life is on the wire. Everything else is just waiting.
Yeah.
And, that's something that I've done since I was 2 years old. So for me, it's life. It's what I do. For you, you don't understand it.
Not
for me,
at all.
I don't understand you sitting in the studio here on the radio.
Neither do our listeners.
So when you step out there, you have complete faith in yourself in your training.
Yeah, in the fact that I've prepared properly.
Sure.
You know, I have a training camp in Sarasota, Florida, my hometown, where I trained with wind speeds of 91 miles per hour leading up to this. I've actually trained last year at 120 mile an hour winds.
Oh, my God.
For this event, we also created gusts 45 to 55 miles per hour, which is great because I experienced Cantori told me 48 mile an hour winds while I was out on the wire. We had 2 gusts near that.
Yeah.
Or one that was at 48. So
Yeah, we saw your clothing really rippling in the wind like that.
everybody, the biggest question about that walk was what type of jeans are you wearing?
Yes. People did notice the kind of flared bottom.
They were worrisome. I felt like you were going to catch your heel on your jeans.
You know what's funny?
I'm like, why would you wear flood pants?
I wear buffalo jeans, and I just love them. They're extremely comfortable, and it really is all about people being able to relate to me. I want people. I don't wear rhinestones and sequins and tights or whatever. I want people to go, hey, that guy's a normal guy that just has a very unique occupation. I got a beautiful wife, 3 beautiful kids.
Yeah.
And I just do something that you guys can't relate to. And that's why 13 million people here in the U.S. alone tuned in to watch it.
With that said, some have said it's a little selfish to, walk the wire with the kids and the wife on the other side freaking out.
Well, there are a couple things to that. For one, my wife and kids, my wife comes from 8 generations of circus on one side, 7 on the other.
There you go.
She performs on the wire right alongside of me. So she's just as darn selfish as me.
Okay.
But and my 3 kids were raised around it. It's all they know. It's what their dad does. So I'm sure there's a little bit of stress, but it's nowhere near the stress level if you were to go on the wire and your kids were to watch too.
Right.
This is just what their dad does. I'll give you an example. I walked across the Allegheny River in Pittsburgh about 3 years ago, and I was about 250 feet up. It was 1,400 feet across. It started raining while I was walking, and as I was walking, there was a bridge to my right. And I look over, and my family's walking alongside, and both my boys are down playing their Nintendos. And I was told during this event, my kids were texting most of the time. I think that speaks volumes
You
to
just
how
answered the question.
How comfortable they are.
What do you? Oh, sorry.
I have one more question that I just need to know. Like, what's your plan if all of a sudden you realize, oh boy, I'm gonna fall?
That's a great question.
What's the move you do? Because obviously you figured that out as well.
Absolutely. The wire is always at my feet, whether I'm 1,500 feet over the Grand Canyon or 1,500 feet over the streets of New York City. That wire is always right at my feet. There's a misconception that because I'm higher, it's more dangerous. But the truth is, I've trained my entire life since I was 2 years old that if I ever get off that cable, even step off to get a drink of water, I grab that cable. Now, gravity pulls you down. We all know that. We also do plenty of studies, 4 years of meteorological studies, that show that the winds aren't strong enough there to pick me up and throw me off that wire. It would take more than hurricane-force winds. We knew that there was going to be nothing maximum of 60 miles per hour. So therefore, I would have fallen down. And if there were any gusts, if it were to get too gusty, I would have went down to that wire. I would have dropped down. I probably would have had no more kids, but I have 3, and I'm happy with that anyways. I would have dropped down and bear hugged that wire. I trained to hold on to that wire between 20 and 30 minutes. My rescue teams who are standing by on each side have baskets that are mounted to that wire, as well as a helicopter standing by, all trained to be at me within 60 seconds, no matter where I am on that wire. So there are backup plans, there's contingency plans, and it's a lot safer than maybe you can understand. But the truth is that wire's at my feet. Now, the next question is, well, your great-grandfather was in 1978, was walking between 2 buildings in Puerto Rico. He fell and lost his life. Well, if you watch that video, which I've watched hundreds of times, he goes down to that wire, which is our safe haven. He was 73. He had a double hernia and an injured collarbone and had no business being on the wire. Now, that's with the deepest of respect because he's my hero, but he didn't have the strength to hold on. And if you don't have the strength to hold on anymore, you might think you're fine walking, but you shouldn't be on the wire anymore.
Is that what it was? He just couldn't hold it, and that's why?
He couldn't hold it. That's correct. And
it did also look like the pole.
The pole helped him go down a bit too.
Place.
It absolutely did. See, he went to sit on the wire. I sat actually in Sarasota during my training camp. We had 30,000 people from my hometown show up during training.
Wow.
And I would sit on the wire 20 feet up. I'd sit there for half an hour doing question and answer with the public.
No kidding.
We're extremely comfortable in those conditions.
Right.
And I think it was evident even that night on TV on Sunday.
And how do you ditch the pole if you're falling?
The pole actually would just get tossed out of the way. Yeah, and it's stuff that we train for. I mean, we train to drop to that wire and grab
That's
on
why
and hold
this is just incredibly fascinating to us. And then I have to say this: when you did the Niagara Falls walk, we were all so mad.
Yeah,
because I know it was your TV partner, and you were like,
so was I,
yeah, and you were a good sport about it, but it was obvious.
In the end, I think that was a huge gift because it made this event so much bigger.
Sure,
it really did. Because then they were able to say, and here he's doing it without any protection.
No, 7 times higher.
Yes,
much stronger winds, more than double the amount of winds.
Wouldn't your move be to go back to Niagara Falls now without the safety wire?
We'll see. I don't know. I would think about it. I think it's almost stepping backwards though to do that. To be honest, I've got my sights set on other things.
And New York has already said no to the skyscraper.
I haven't even knocked on any doors yet. So yes. If
they came out,
if I was the chief of police. And
you'd have to say that
a camera was thrown in my face, and somebody said, "Would you let Nick Wallenda do this?" He said what he's trained to do, and I respect him deeply. But we go through the proper channels, and actually, I'd start with the governor's office, and you have a great relation with him. I had to change a law over 100 years old just to walk over Niagara, and if I can change a law, I think I can make things happen.
Were you ever
with the assistance of others?
Sure.
Were you ever scared over the Grand Canyon, like?
I wasn't ever scared. No, there was never a point where I thought I'm going to fall or I'm going to have to go grab this wire. There were 2 points where you saw me kneel down, and that was because I started to build a rhythm in that cable. There's no stabilization and no shock absorbers in that cable. Those pendulums you saw are simply to keep that wire from twisting out from under my feet. They don't take any of that rhythm out. Because what will happen is if I keep the same pace and the same size steps, I'll build a huge rhythm in that cable, a frequency that'll keep getting bigger. And what happens is it bounces to one side, comes right back at me. So I had to stop. Exactly. I had to stop, let that fade out a bit, and then get up and keep walking.
What do you look at when you're walking? Like, what is your focal point?
It just depends. As I walk over the edge, that's the biggest rush. As I walk over the edge of
like
the
you
falls
love
or
that
anything.
feeling.
Oh, absolutely. Look down and enjoy that.
God, we can't even
understand that.
No.
And then there were 3 points on that wire where I was able to look down and actually enjoy the view. I had to be very focused. We had an issue with the tension of the cable. The engineers had expected the weather, and the meteorologist told us the weather, it was going to be about 97 degrees that night. It was only about 86 degrees. And the cable gets more tension when it's hot outside. So as it cools off, that cable starts to release tension. We were supposed to be at 67,000 pounds, and we were only at 62. So that wire moved a lot more than it was supposed to.
It seemed to have some slack in the middle. They showed one point where the camera was looking right down the cable, and you could see the sag in it. You're walking uphill when you're halfway through.
And actually, it's much more comfortable to walk uphill than downhill. And I started on a plateau that was about 40 feet higher than where I finished. So 3/4 of the walk was downhill, which is much more uncomfortable.
Was there ever a moment on a wire anywhere where you had a moment of I can't do this or this like I always thought my nightmare is to wake up where you are and then look down and go I can't do this. Have you ever had a moment where you're
there was never a moment. There was a couple moments where I was like it kind of took me back and I always relate to or always talk about the first world record I did, which was in Newark, New Jersey at the Prudential Center when it first opened. I did a world record where I rode a bicycle on a wire live on the Today Show for a world record of 135 feet distant, 135 feet high, 235 feet long, and it had that same drop. It's called a catenary in engineering terms, but it's basically a smiley face. And of course, riding downhill was easy, but when I got to the 3/4 mark, I was riding uphill and that back wheel started to spin, and it was kind of like it took me back. And you go back to training, and I've trained to get off of that bike. I can pick that bike up and walk in, and all of that stuff comes into play. Your mind kind of works a million miles a second. But again, it's so much about training and preparation. What I do is such a calculated risk. People don't understand that because you don't walk a wire. But we can train for pretty much everything, including 92, 120 mile an hour winds. That's you can prepare for everything.
That's what makes it amazing for the spectator because we don't think about all the training that is involved. We just see a guy on a wire and go, What's he doing?
Well, I say it all the time. If there was one police officer or 3 police officers in the world and 100,000 wire walkers, then everybody'd be, wow, look at the police officer. That's unreal.
Right.
I think what he does is way more dangerous
No, we
than
wouldn't.
me.
We'd still be looking at the wire walker.
The pre-show was almost more amazing than the Grand Canyon walk when you went back to where your grandfather, fell, and
Yes.
you redid it, and then
my mom.
and your mom decided to do it, and
Yeah.
then she has to sit down on the wire, and then you have to walk over her. It was unbelievable.
And then
watching her get back
is
up.
amazing. The strength involved.
When I was training in Sarasota with this cable, my mom had to. I mean, she was begging me, please let me get on this cable. Let me walk it with you. So she got in that cable and walked with me in training. And if I let her, she would have walked across the Grand Canyon, no question.
And she could do it, no problem, you think?
I think she could do it. I wouldn't allow her to because I'd be worried about her. But yeah.
And she would take away a little,
Well, yeah.
spotlight there, Nick. So, I mean, come on, let's be honest.
And his 60-year-old mother did it too.
Exactly. What do you think of the production technology? Because if you look back at the earlier, Wallenda family, obviously just huge.
7
over
generations.
the years, 7 generations, and the camera work in the old days, the way that looked over Niagara Falls and the Grand Canyon. Spectacular.
The Discovery Channel did an unbelievable job. We had, I think, 16 cameras, including 2 on me, POV cameras, and it was unbelievable. I'm excited because we're working on a director's cut right now where I'll talk through that entire walk.
That the helicopter shot where it wraps
shot.
around you,
Oh,
and the background is flying past you, your center frame, and then it takes off and now goes away and puts you in the distance. You got goosebumps. It looked amazing. It was
I haven't
dizzying.
even watched the entire thing yet.
Really?
'Cause I'm waiting to do that film of the director's cut because I want to watch
you
it
wanna
for
be
the first
fresh,
time.
yeah,
but
yeah.
I've seen, as I'm doing the media tour, I've seen some footage, and it gives me goosebumps.
It looks
makes
amazing.
It makes me nervous, and I was the one on the wire.
And the other amazing shot was from the floor, from the
Yes.
bottom of the canyon up, and they
I've heard.
they
I haven't-
zoomed
I haven't
in on
seen
you.
that one.
They pull back slowly, and you're like, when is this going to stop? Because you are literally a dot up there, and the
only thing that they didn't do that I really wish they did was I wanted to put a car down in the bottom of the canyon because I wanted people to have something to relate to.
Right.
It's so hard when you're there. There's no perspective. There, you can't.
Right.
You just can't understand.
You're not sure how big those rocks are down there.
Because there's nothing to relate it to.
I would be impressed even if you wore a parachute while you did that. I would still be blown away by that.
Really, my dream is, and always was, to put my family's name back on the map. My great-grandfather did an amazing job of that.
Oh,
and it was about making sure the whole world knows who the Wallendas are again. And again, I'm blessed. I'm living my dream.
That pyramid, I saw that at the circus recently. I don't get it because no one can fuck up.
It's true.
Everyone's got to do their job, and you got to trust everybody.
That's right. It's so much more dangerous because it's one guy trusting 6 others with
Right.
his life. Actually, me and my wife performs on the wire. I said that. And we have an agreement that we will never perform that pyramid together. Like if she's on top, I'm not involved, and if I'm on the bottom, she's not on
But
top.
you're kind of like flying separately because of the kids, right?
Yeah, that's right. Because of our kids, we'll never jeopardize.
But you still do the pyramid thing.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Is
Yeah.
it really dangerous?
It is. It is. I have a book that just came out June 4th that I should talk about called
Yeah.
Balance. And it really tells my life story, and it talks about the training leading up to that. And it talks about the challenges of and the amount of work that goes in. People don't realize, this is a lifetime dedication to do what we do. We dedicate our lives to, and some of us in a sad way have dedicated our lives to it. But I believe words are powerful. My great-grandfather always said he didn't want to die in a nursing home. He wanted to die performing, and he did.
Right.
And I always say I want to die in a nursing home in an old age.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to die that way.
And how many Wallendas are walking right
there
now?
are 15 of us that are performing.
15.
Yeah. Yeah, all over the world.
When you ride the bike, and this might be a silly question, are they regular bike tires or do they kind of extend like a tram?
No, you know what it is? Specialized bicycle. I ride a
child.
and it's a stock bicycle. I lock the front end. I take the handlebars off so my balancing pole has room, and I take the actual rubber off the wheels, the tires, but it's just the rims.
But they're real bike rims?
Real bike rims.
They're those stock rims right off. You can order on their website.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah.
You don't modify it at all.
Not the least bit.
Huh.
And the only difference, only other thing, it's a fixed gear bike, which is stock again.
You're a bigger dude than I realized too. Nick is you're built like Fedor. He's built like a fighter, Nick. It's hard to tell in the clothes you wear, but sitting next to you, you have big arms. You have to be in a shape, I'm sure, to do that. I do some elliptical, but
It is important to stay in shape, and people are surprised at my size because they expect to be some small, dainty person, doing what we do. But
yeah.
We're not.
What are we promoting for Nick? They're telling us to wrap. What are we promoting?
What's up to Nick?
Besides your book?
Other than my book, it actually came out June 4th. Balance.
Right. Okay.
Story of my life.
All right.
It's an amazing story, amazing family, and the last one over the Grand Canyon was just spectacular
Thank
to watch.
you, and stay tuned
Great
because
job.
I promise there's much more to come.
For New York,
Yeah,
right?
please do something in New York if they let you. That would be just great.
That
That's
would
the
be
plan.
fantastic.
We
Thank you so
absolutely
much,
love
guys.
the whole
Thanks for
thing.
coming
support.
in.
Thank you, Nick.
Nick Walenda.
The Opie and Anthony Podcast.
Hi, everyone. I hope you're enjoying our podcast, and I hope you're subscribing to the Opie and Anthony podcast.
I think if you're talking to them right now, they are.
Maybe they're not subscribers. Maybe they just
well,
happen
then
to...
subscribe, you fucks.
There you go. Perfect.
Yeah.
This week, the Joe Piscopo saga.
Oh, it's everything you've ever wanted to know about Joe Piscopo and us.
Well, we called Tony Danza a fool last week.
Yes, a buffoon and a fool.
What do we call Joe Piscopo?
Oh, he's a good egg.
He's a good guy.
He's
He's
just
just a good guy?
Bit. What would you call it?
Sociopathic.
Naive, gullible.
Fighting the urge to blow his brains out by keeping a positive smile on.
Yes.
There you go.
And he loves shooting his load inside girls and getting them pregnant.
Old donkey dick Piscopo who can't keep it out of a fucking wet young
Right.
vagina.
And we stumbled upon Joe Piscopo, who we met many, many years ago, because Ant was up one night real late and stumbled upon his Showtime special.
The brilliance. That was Club Piscopo.
And here you go, the Joe Piscopo saga.
I saw a comedy special last night that was so good. I just have to share it with everybody.
Amazing, Jonathan.
It was Club Piscopo. See, it's Joe Piscopo, and he's on stage, and he's got a big band behind him. Big band, the old big band thing.
Oh, big band like Sinatra.
Right.
That shit.
And in between,
Perry Como.
his hilarious dead-on impersonations,
Oh, God, no.
he plays a bunch of instruments.
Oh, God.
Very mediocre.
Oh, God, no.
And it goes from flute to saxophone
Oh, God,
to
no.
guitar
No.
to. All right, look.
What
this could be the worst thing I've ever seen in my life on a television screen.
What is it? Like, where
I
was
don't
it?
know.
It says Club Piscopo. I'm trying to. Can you read that, Danny? I'm way too far away from that.
Let's see. Club Piscopo Comedy Club and Lounge opening June 30th at Resorts Casino Hotel, Atlantic City.
So he's doing kind of a one-man show.
I don't know what it was. It was on Showtime. It's so fucking bad. I can't even tell you. I was captivated by how awful it was.
Let's go get tickets.
Is he really? Is he opening up?
He is. He's one of the guys. He's done our show. There's a group of guys that have done our show, and they bomb to the point where they have to go. Well, I was just stopping by to say hi.
Right. I was just stopping by.
They just give up on the whole fucking thing. Was he ever funny?
I don't
Was,
think so.
was Piscopo ever
He was
funny?
good. Wasn't he good on SNL though?
SNL, it was him and
What'd
Eddie
he do?
Murphy kind of, we all forget. Everyone remembers his Sinatra bit, which was just, I think it was one time he did Sinatra, and it was kind of funny. He did Sinatra singing like the Rolling Stones.
Right.
And it was kind of funny.
Right.
But that's it. That's it. We all remember Eddie Murphy being hilarious on that.
Name
and
five.
somehow...
Look, if you go name 5 things Eddie Murphy did on SNL.
Oh, yeah.
Boom, boom, boom. Name 5 things Piscopo did on SNL.
Yeah, you
Try
can't.
right now.
You can't.
Sinatra.
That's it. That's all I got.
Then Phil Hartman did a funny Sinatra too.
Oh, yeah.
Phil Hartman
Hartman's
was amazing.
Hartman's blew his away.
Phil Hartman was an amazing fucking
Not that I
performer.
just put blow away.
Yeah,
and
he's pretty better.
Hartman in the same
Hartman was
sentence.
amazing.
But yeah,
Piscopo, I can't even name 5 things he's done. Can we listen to this thing?
he is like. What? Are there any clips from Club Piscopo?
I think so.
It. I can't tell you. I wanted it to go longer because I couldn't get enough of how incredibly bad it was. I can't describe how bad it is.
Let's try this. I guess is the big commercial for the thing.
Steiner, publisher of Atlantic City Weekly. Joe Piscopo was a
Resorts.
member of the cast of Saturday Night Live from 1980 to 1985 and starred in Wise Guys and Johnny Dangerously.
Which
He's
he
now
talks about
performing
in
at
his
Club
stage
Piscopo
show.
right here at Resorts Casino in Atlantic City.
Nice.
Fly with me, let's fly, we'll fly away. If you can use some exotic booze, then there's a bar in far Bombay. Come on, fly with me,
He's like-
fly, we'll fly away.
He's doing an impression.
Come fly with me, let's float down to Peru.
He's so mediocre.
That's not even close to Sinatra.
No.
Is he trying to do Sinatra there?
Yes.
Oh, boy.
Yes. His impressions. And he was doing like Arnold impressions. I mean, come on. It's fucking 2012.
Yeah, a lot of the impressions you used to do, you don't do because they're not relevant anymore.
No, you throw him up as a goof. Like any Arnold impression now from me is just
Right.
I'm Dix Bentley. How long are you gonna
Oh
do
my
it all
God.
day?
Who
You're
enjoys
gonna do it all
that?
day.
Who enjoys
And then he was talking about he's like my mom.
Where's
Oh
this clip?
boy, she wanted me to play the piano, and she wanted me to play music like this. And then he gets behind the piano and he starts playing like piano.
Well, where's that clip? That's the one we want to play today.
Oh fuck yeah, that was on Showtime though.
It was a
Showtime
thing.
special.
Has old Mac Keith babe.
But he stopped going from an impersonation to act. Oh no!
Oh no!
I'll tell you right now, the West Wing was in rough shape. Now when the shark bites with his teeth, it's like scarlet billows. I gotta get Dr. Vinny Bombas to make a house call. Now with the fancy white gloves, Mackie gets no respect. No respect at all. I'm alright, I'm okay. No respect at all. James Brown in the temple. Now I'm in the hood. With a cement pan coming down, y'all.
Oh, this is so bad.
That's the man that's there from India. Hit me. Father, get the tender. Hit me 2 times. Oh, Mackie's back in town. Thank you all for being here tonight. Did you have a good time tonight at Club Basketball, man?
Smattering. This is so fucking bad.
That doesn't sound like Sinatra.
No.
And he knows his Dangerfield sucks because he had to go with the no respect over and over again.
That's when an impression does
to remind people who he's doing.
Just the hits. I hate when an impression just does like the main lines.
Right.
Like, hey, I gotta call Dr. Vinny Boomboss because he don't get no respect. How many Rodney's things you to mention in 2 seconds?
On the Garden State Parkway.
He's got
fucking guy's great.
Do not close. Take the turnpike past exit 13.
Yeah.
Holding my nose.
I get it.
Home run.
I can't take this. I'm douche chilling out.
This is fucking
Yes,
hilarious.
I'm getting goosebumps. He actually
Got brand new
thinks.
exit of it. In O-N-J.
Oh, he's
Make it here, we're gonna make it anywhere. It's up
What?
to you, NJ. We love you, Philly. We love you, New York. But this is Jersey, baby.
That's right.
Damn, he told them.
Oh God.
That's great.
And then he pulls out a saxophone and starts like playing a saxophone, and he's serious. And then he's like calls up one of his other guys that has a saxophone to do a saxophone duel.
Yeah.
And then in between he's doing these horrid impressions. By the way, his James Brown impression is Eddie Murphy's James Brown impression from SNL.
It's not even close to that.
No, but he was trying.
He was trying to do Eddie Murphy's.
Eddie Murphy's known
version,
for that
right?
James Brown impression where you don't understand what he's saying.
Right.
And then he does this fake, like it's off the cuff, so he's laughing in the middle of his own jokes thing. I was fixated.
You got another clip, Danny?
Please.
Please,
I can't
please,
get enough
please.
of. Why is it that I love bad shit like this?
I don't know. Look at the show you're on.
It just makes us feel better about ourselves.
Wait, was he laughing at his own jokes like he's having such fun while doing it?
He's like, but and then he's saying literally stuff like this. He's going, and then I became friends with James Brown, and for years I never understood a word he said. And he'd start laughing. He goes, James Brown.
Yeah.
Look, I'm fucking douche chilling out.
Yuck.
It's terrible.
He'd be all right to hire for your wedding.
No,
just not just for the dumb singing. He's an average wedding band singer.
He's terrible.
That's about it, is what I'm saying. That's all I would give him.
He's talking about,
Oh, here's the teaser.
Oh, here we go. And then I hear he was rapping. I missed the part where he was rapping. I didn't know this was his stage show. Atlantic City.
Watch out, Atlantic City.
Club Piscopo has arrived. Club Piscopo. What is it?
They're not showing any of his impressions.
No.
That has to say a lot.
Is that Father Guido Sarducci?
Yep.
He's part of Club Piscopo? Holy shit. Wow.
Is he showing Joe Frazier? How long ago is this?
Father Guido Sarducci. Jeff Norris.
Wait, Jeff Norris?
Wait, Jeff Norris is part of...
Frankie Pace?
Victoria Jackson. Oh, no. Oh, no.
I wonder what impression Jeff Norris is going to do.
Oh, no.
I don't know which impression he would do.
You know what? Much like Ralphie May.
I like the white gorilla.
Much like Ralphie May, I've been shit on by Jeff Norris on Twitter.
He's shit
on
various
things because of things that I've said.
What have you said about him?
I don't know. It was live from the compound. I was drunk again, but I did bring it up. But
Jeff Norris was...
now he's going to get. I did not know he was part of Club Piscopo. He's part of Club Piscopo.
Jeff Norris used to do our show. He did all right.
Oh, he was on our show a lot.
But he was one of those guys that when we moved to satellite, he came in and it just didn't.
I don't know. With some relationships, it kind of goes away and you don't know why.
I remember Jeff Norris was on the show before I was. I remember we did a gig in down the shore one time years ago, and he was handing out WOW stickers.
Yeah.
And I think I didn't know what they were at the time.
Oh,
like
fuck
when he
you.
had them going. This is way back. It was some horrible shore gig we did.
Hi there.
We have that.
He would do his Archie Bunker impression.
He does a good Archie.
Remember that? I was thinking the other day of when we jammed him all up with his story about the gun on the dashboard of his car and how the cops stopped him and he couldn't. He said it was on the seat and he stepped on the brake and it flew onto the dashboard. The story got more and more complicated, and we assumed that he was lying.
Right, and he got mad at us.
It's fucking hilarious.
But the details didn't.
Yeah, they didn't jive.
They didn't jive at all.
And then he got mad at us. He got all mad.
But it's like, come on, your gun can't go from the seat to the dashboard. I do remember that.
Yeah.
It's something I haven't thought of in a long, long time. But
dude. He's part of Club Piscopo. Huh?
All right, good for him. That's a good
Club
gig.
Piscopo.
I mean, the people seem to be enjoying it. I don't know. Oof. It's not something I would enjoy.
Dude, there had to be.
He wants to come in to promote this.
There had to be 30 people in the audience, by the way.
Yeah.
It was that smattering of applause.
With the dead people.
And Joe Piscopo has reached the point where the things he used to parody and goof on, he's doing serious now.
Right.
Like when he sings Sinatra, it's not that goof. He's really thinking he's new Sinatra in Jersey.
Right. He really thinks he can pull it off.
Yeah.
I mean, it was average.
Yeah, and then he gets on he plays guitar and he plays some blues on the guitar and he has a song about Jersey and then he hops on the drums and gets the saxophone and then he pulls out a flute. He was playing a flute seriously. I missed this part. I woke up a little late.
Oh, you haven't seen this?
No, I have not seen the rap part. But somebody tweeted and said, please, God, tell me you're watching Piscopo rap.
Is there an intro to it? I want to hear the intro to it, or the lead up to the rap.
Yeah. Where's the little lead up?
And this is from Club
Piscopo, his big show. Oh, boy.
Here we go.
stupidest thing I've ever done. So let me publicly apologize to Jay-Z for doing that, man. Because I haven't had a chance to talk with him since then. He's a cool cat, man, but I always do
he's
that
a cool
'cause I always
cat.
admired,
Jay-Z
the
would
rap
never
artists, the early
talk
rap
to you.
artists of Run DMC. I always loved Run DMC, and I always
No, you
admired
didn't.
Did he just say
for
Rum
sure.
DMC?
So in that vein, I say we do a little rap music right now because you look like a hip hop kind of crowd to me. Should we try that? Now, Timmy, I need it loud on my speakers right up here, baby. So crank this. Let's rock this. Come on. No, I gotta hear it. Come on, let me hear it. Crank it up. Crank it up. Crank it up. Come on. Oh yeah, baby. That's what I'm talking about. There it is, man. We'll get with it. Oh yeah, the Gatsby girls are going now, baby.
Oh, God, no, I can't.
Facts, Joe Piscopo. I'd like to thank you all especially for coming to the show. I was born a white boy, but I like to rap black. I hope you don't mind and give some folks a heart attack. Now, some of you are here because you have seen me on TV. Some of you are here because you got no place else to be. If you know my face, you can't place my name. Listen to my boys, I ain't got no shame.
He's
It's a live show, baby. That's Fred. Now playing rapping fast is really all right with me. You came out tonight, no dream. You should have something to see. But our time is up. I know that you are hip to that fact. I be rapping for you, but it's time to wrap up our act. So chill out, people. Listen up. It's time to check out me and the boys for some beatbox sound.
Oh, I can't.
I'm Joe Piscopo. Thanks for coming to the show, but we gotta go.
A
Are we
smattering.
a bunch of funky hunkies or what?
Funky
Can we get jiggy with it? I have one thing to say. For shizzle, ladies and gentlemen.
Stop it!
What?
What?
This is good.
Shizzle, that's
What?
funny.
This is good, Ant.
This is so
This is good. What?
fucking embarrassing.
What's your problem with this?
I
What?
can't look.
Why?
Get
For
back to the
shizzle.
mic.
For
Holy
shizzle.
shit.
That's good stuff.
You didn't like how he ended? What he crossed his arms?
He crossed his arms and leaned backwards and to the side a little bit.
He's doing a rap impression
Embarrassment,
from what, the early
embarrassment
80s?
dizzle.
Mid-80s?
Yeah, probably like 86, 87.
Right.
Dude.
But it shows he's, with it.
He thinks like...
You think he really talked to Jay-Z at some point?
Hell no.
Yeah, I was gonna. Yeah, I was. Hey,
Hell
Jay-Z. I haven't
fucking
seen him
no.
since, but
He tells stories during this whole thing about how he was hanging out with these people. Like he talks about James Brown, and he does Eddie Murphy's bit of James Brown, where it's like, and he says, and then I became friends with James, and no, you didn't.
No, you never were
bet you
friends
didn't.
with him. Why don't we roll it from this point?
Yeah, let's hear a little more. This is
Little,
good.
right from here.
Good
Every
stuff.
little, every talk, every bit
Come on, it's
of like walking the stage and rapping with the crowd, giving him an insight of what Joe's all about. This is so fucking bad.
It's schmaltzy dreck.
It's the worst thing I've ever seen.
The great Joe Piscopo.
Oh,
Joe.
Boys, how are you?
There's
Hey.
Joe
Joe
Piscopo.
Piscopo. It's
We
been
know
so
that
many
voice.
years, sir.
We know that voice.
I wanted to come in and see you, man. I said, I'm out here in Jersey. I got to get on a plane. I'm going out to Arizona. I said to Roland, let me get on a plane. He said, I call in, but I want to come in and say, I miss you guys. People go, Opie and Anthony busting your chops. How long have we known each other? Since the Eisenhower era?
Yeah, it was a long time ago. It was a long time.
That is a long time.
I want all your people to know
Yeah.
I was there when no one else would show up. You guys, when you couldn't get arrested, when you got arrested, I was there every time.
Joe.
What was it, WAW, is that where it first?
Yes.
Joe, we saw your Showtime special there.
Yes, Club Piscopo.
Club Piscopo. It's a very great concept you got going on.
Are you still living in Jersey?
Yeah, I am.
Are you from Jersey?
Anthony, I need a consigliere, Anthony. I need to talk, going through all the women problems now because I'm a single guy at my age for crying out loud. I know. And then Roland told me all the trouble you went through. I said, oh my God, but this is.
It's Roland telling tales out of school. What's he doing?
He is. No, he was very.
Roland's a rat. Whole family of rats.
Hey, Joe, what happened with Kimberly? You had a song and everything about her.
Yeah, I know. You know what?
And then it ends with domestic abuse. What the heck's going on in Joe
Jesus.
Piscopo's life?
Language.
I know. It's unbelievable. No, it was like, when you run off with the babysitter, you're going to have problems. I mean, what can I tell you?
Yeah.
It's right. I thought this is it. I'm in for the long haul.
Oh.
Okay, this is great. man, I'll tell you what, it has been just a wild ride.
Has it?
So, and now I watch the song, I can't, and you know what? I deserve every bit of ridicule.
You know, Joe. Yeah. What did they have to bring that song up in court and be like, oh boy, that look at what he did.
Look at this sap.
Oh man!
I thought it was I actually liked it as a song.
Really, Kimberly?
No,
Kimberly.
Yeah,
No,
Kimberly.
Listen, we know each other long enough, and Jim, how are you, man?
Hi, buddy.
We know each other. We know each other long enough to say under the career category of what the freak was I thinking.
Yeah.
All right, he's owning it. He's owning it. Ed.
He is owning.
How many
owning
good
it.
years did the babysitter give you before she took you for everything?
Yeah, you know what? We were together almost for 20 years.
Wow.
Good for you,
that
Joe.
long?
We got three kids, but since I broke up, I'm wow, man. Right now, like I said on the show, I got a child at every exit in New Jersey.
Oh boy.
How old are they?
You know what? I got 13, 10, 7, and Joey's like 67 now. You know,
Oh,
like,
boy.
I'm telling you, it's like,
Yeah.
Hey, Joe, you getting that young pussy now that you're single?
Ooh.
Hey, watch. You know what's so funny? I'm trying to keep it nice with the language.
Of course. You talk to a different.
Listen,
Yeah.
I know, and I love you guys. I really do, and I miss you guys. But
I'm sorry.
you know me, I'm like a dinosaur. I always try. So you mean?
So what do you like to call
Right.
it? Skirt? Are you chasing some young skirts?
Yeah. I gotta tell you, and Anthony knows. Anthony knows. When you're
I have him in
older,
studio
Yeah.
every day. He loves my shit.
When you're older, what's that, Joe?
Sorry, Joe.
When you're older, the chicks they kind of dig it. It's interesting. I mean,
Oh,
Joe.
Wow.
Anthony, when you look like we do, you got to take what you can get.
Well, you know
He really wants you on his side.
you know, Joe, the cash don't hurt.
Yeah, but you got
You
a
know.
good body though. Was that Schwarzenegger story true?
Yeah, everything he did was it too caustic? Was it too caustic for? I love Arnold.
I remember.
No, not at all. But then you
no.
said like
Joe-
in person he came in and said that.
I remember when you used to do Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah.
That's a great impression.
I like that
You
one.
used to do that
When
one.
I listen, when I started working out, and again, it's a long story. I want to come in and see you guys. We'll sit back, we'll hang out, and I'll say everything.
Yeah.
No, I know, because it's too long. But it's like when I would work out, Arnold was there. He was great. He was always so supportive. He was supportive, man.
Yeah.
He would walk over. Think about in the day.
Okay.
Terminator days. He'd walk over to me, and I'd be working out, and we'd just be Arnold and myself.
Wow.
Kimberly would be spotting me, you know. And I'm spinning.
Oh,
and then
boy.
In Arnold's gym, listen, we're in the World Gym in Venice, California. The sweet smell of the Pacific. Mid-morning, working out. Arnold would look at me. He'd raise his head. He'd look at the weights over my head. He'd go for it. He was like freaking great, you know. He was so supportive and everything.
Who is that?
But
Yeah,
now that
Arnold.
But now,
Wait, who said
Yeah.
that? Joe, we missed something.
Arnold,
Who
yeah.
said that?
That was
no,
great.
say Arnold. Arnold.
Yeah.
Oh, what did Arnold say?
He said, he looked at me. He said, "Go for it. Go for it. Go for it. Go
Yeah.
for it." And then when I did
Arnold
the show
said
on
that.
the
Yes,
show,
Arnold Drummond.
When I said, "Hey, at least my babysitter was good looking."
Yes.
That's a funny line, Joe.
She was a mess. his
And
babysitter.
Joe, you know, I know you don't have to worry. You don't have to worry so much about offending anybody like that.
Yeah, you just gotta-
Arnold is he knows he's
he knows you're a comic, and it's like
yeah.
when you're doing a set, and you're just kind of peppering in little, just like lines and stuff. It's he knows you're just kidding.
Yeah, pepper it in, right? Exactly.
What do you think of the special and how it came out, Joe?
I know. Say what?
What do you think of the special and how it came out for you?
You know what? It's what we do. I mean, I would have done it live. I'd rather I would have shot it live. I like live, but then I would have kept it tighter. And you know what? We'll talk off the air. I said, you know, the Showtime people were great. The New Wave people were great.
Sure.
We had fun with it. The band was great. You know, the
Oh,
concept.
yeah,
We go around
yeah.
the country, you know, we go around the country doing this stuff, and I
Really?
try to keep it clean. And I do the retro shows now. And I wanted to plug too in Scottsdale
Yes.
tomorrow night. I'm at the Talking Stick Resort, which is going to be a blast.
The Talking
We go
Stick
out there.
Resort in Scottsdale,
Yeah,
Arizona.
Only the good places for you, Joe.
Joe Piscopo.
Scottsdale, Arizona, tomorrow night. And you're JRZY Joe Piscopo
That's
on
right.
Twitter.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? I got to tell you something too.
Yeah.
You know what? Ever since you guys start getting on my case, which is again, I know you, I love you, and it's all part of the game. It's great.
Of course.
Joe's
Oh,
a
yeah.
nice guy.
Everyone knows we're just
So
fools.
I
Joe's
go
a
listen,
great guy.
No, listen. So
A
I go
wonderful
on
guy.
Facebook. I do the Facebook thing, which works. Then I try Twitter because I'm like an old bastard. So I go, okay, well, let me just do this Twitter thing. We'll get into Twitter. So I just start getting on. Holy God, they get so vile on.
Oh, you gotta, Joe, you gotta watch for that. Don't let it bug you. We get abused like that every day of the week on Twitter.
Yeah,
it's terrible.
Ignore that haterade, man. Ignore it.
Can I say this? If you see, it's all my good friends out there, Facebook friends, and they listen to you, man. I'm there saying, Joe,
I
we're
bet.
looking forward to listening to you on Open. Listen, on Facebook, and then even on, they tweet me the nicest things, but there's that 3 or 4 psychos. You know?
Oh, yeah.
There's always a couple, right,
3 or
Joe?
4,
thousand
Hey,
right.
Joe.
Psychos.
I hope they didn't misrepresent what we were saying.
Yeah, exactly.
Joe, when you were in AC, did you guys shoot one show or 2 shows?
2 shows. No, this is funny. They go like this.
You for Showtime, you shot 2?
2 shows.
Oh, you did?
Wow,
Oh, okay.
yeah, okay.
So we shot.
What do you do with the good one?
We
Yeah.
nail it. We nail it. And Jim, you'll appreciate this. First show killed it, man.
Yeah,
Standing
yeah.
ovation. It's great. I'm going like this. I'm going. Showtime's there. The New Wave Entertainment's there. This is great, man. So I walk off stage, stripping wet. You know, I'm like
Sure.
the Wayne Newton of comedy. You know, I'm going, hey, this is it. Here it is. You know,
Right.
So I walk off stage. And I go to Brian Volkweiss, the producer. I go, huh? Like I look in his eyes, like, yeah, we nailed it, right? He goes, you ready for notes? Like that, ready for notes. I go, notes. I haven't had notes since Saturday night.
What?
Right.
Notes. What do you mean
Yeah,
notes?
no kidding.
So you know what though?
Screw the
In
notes.
old days,
You know
I was-
best.
I was,
Yeah.
No, I tell you. Well, you
Yeah.
know how Roland gives you notes.
Yeah.
Oh, sure,
Roland
sure.
sure does. What?
Yes.
He's got to give us notes. We don't understand what he's saying. Yes.
Yes.
Funny, right,
So
Joe?
listen, so then
What notes, hey, Joe? Let me ask you. Like, what? Like, he's like an exec producer. What kind of notes does he give the comic? I'm curious because I know
Suicide
Brian.
notes.
It's a great. No, that's a great question, guys.
It really is.
What was one of the notes?
And why did
Yeah,
you
yeah.
read them?
You know what he wanted? You know
What?
he wanted? More stories. I said, but I don't want to talk about people. They said, no, you got to tell stories. Talk about Jay-Z. Talk about Eddie. I said, they've heard me talk about
I
Eddie.
know.
Yeah.
I liked when you were
know,
talking about
and
the
then-
band, Joe. When you were talking about the band, that was good. Yeah, I liked it.
yeah. You know, those guys are good too.
Gave
And
us a little insight. On
I
the
didn't
guys.
know you played so many instruments.
You know what? I don't know how I did it, but I kind of accidentally reinvented myself when, I go out on the road. It's just a matter of survival, man. You know,
Yeah,
if I was
sure.
funny like freaking Norton, you know what I'm saying?
Oh,
know.
Jesus.
Like that.
I know.
But you're
I know.
you're a working comic. You get out there, like you said, a blue collar kind of comic that's out. You're
Working
always
stiff,
working.
Baby. That's exactly right, man. I'm a working stiff. I got no trailer. I got no trainer. I got no $20 million a movie.
No.
Paycheck. I go on that stage and I sweat my ass off for the crowd, man.
Exactly.
So that's what I did, you know. So yeah, we shot a second show. We shot it again. I told more stories. We put it together, and it's just something different. But that's what I do when I go out on the road. We
Sure.
Yeah.
live orchestra. Everybody, guys, everybody's doing tracks now. They're doing tracks. I bring in live musicians with me for crying.
Right. Yeah, it's got that big band sound. Sure.
Hey, man, it's groovy.
Hey, Joe, you used to
Baby, you
do,
know,
I remember some of your impressions from SNL. You used to do that David Letterman. That was a good one.
Yeah, I saw that one.
Yeah, we do that on the show.
You got a little Letterman in your
You do that
right
in the
now? I
show.
know it's early. I know. You're waiting for a flight and all, but.
It's the laugh, man. It's the Letterman laugh. It's my, oh my, we're having more fun than humans should be allowed. Phone the neighbors, wake the kids. This is an extravaganza you won't want to miss.
No, really, do it.
Yeah. Oh, jeez. Yes.
Letterman.
Wow.
To this day, he's brilliant. He's the most brilliant of
Oh,
all.
yeah.
God, he is
We love him.
certainly
We
the
love
best.
him. That's
The older he
fantastic.
gets. But it's fun. But Anthony, tell me about the divorce. It was bad?
Oh, it was many years ago, thank God. But Joe, it wasn't a pleasant experience. I'll say that. But you know what? Once it was over and done with and out of the way, time to move forward, move ahead, and you know.
It doesn't stop in New Jersey. You never get divorced. It just keeps going and going.
See, you know what the problem is too. You got the kids with her, so you're going to have some kind of contact with her all the time. I didn't have any kids with my, so
man.
I haven't seen her in forever, thank God. And I've been able to, as Opie says, chase that young skirt.
Yeah, I'm keeping it clean for Joe.
Yeah.
Anthony, it's more like he's chasing diapers.
You got to be respectable. Hey, Joe, why the obsession with
Screw
Jersey?
the babysitter. Go for the baby.
Sure.
No babysitters.
No babysitters.
No
No,
babysitters
Joe.
for
No.
Joe.
Yeah, you got to
No.
hold on to the mobile when you're coming.
Jesus.
Oh, jeez, Jay.
Awful.
Hey, come on, Joe Piscopo. Let's keep it highbrow. Hey,
Yeah,
Joe,
yeah.
why the obsession with Jersey?
Well,
Where does that come
I don't know,
from?
'cause I think because I was brought up here and everybody's got that work ethic and
From
that,
Bloomfield, right?
Yeah, Bloomfield, man. I was born in Passaic, brought up in Bloomfield, then went up to West Essex High School up there. And I got to tell you something, the people here have an integrity, but it's New York as well. You know, it's like, because after the Sandy situation, guys, and I'm telling you, and we talk about Twitter, I mean, you know, and the pain in the neck. It's something.
Language.
It was great, but it was great through Sandy. It was great. We stayed on it. We told folks where you can get gasoline, where there was power, who was going out. I'm telling you, guys, it was the way Jersey. Because you would think, in Jersey, people go, "Hey, I'm not going over there. I got power, you don't. Well, kiss my ass."
Right.
That's the attitude. But it wasn't, man. We all joined together. And I'll tell you, the good folks of Staten Island, the good folks of New York.
Too bad you didn't have a beach house.
Yeah. Yeah.
We went down the shore, and we didn't get that bad. But the northern Malilocan got hit really bad, you know. So, but it was just a pride the way we all joined together.
Yeah. And most people don't look at Jersey like that. They think it's every man for himself kind of. To see Jersey pull together like that,
they're great. They're great. They're a great state. We all know it.
Yeah. And
man, and the work ethic is great. And then when I check it out, boys. Yeah. At our age, when I watch Bruce Springsteen,
slow down with the our age shit. Now you're getting me mad.
So, listen,
yes,
three
Bruce.
3.5 hours. What? Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, Joe.
Springsteen?
No, what? How old are you now? 70, 72? That's like that, right?
Yeah.
Wow, that's a home run.
What? We have Chippison here.
I got to ask Joe, what did we do to you that you just hit us with a low blow there?
No, you know what? You're right. You're absolutely right. I was going to say, because I guess we know you, but I think I got you guys. I'm the old guy.
I know, exactly, Joe. I think we deserve an apology from you.
Thank you,
Ed. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
All right.
I'm sorry. You know, I mean, you guys, I've known you guys forever, and I wanted to...
Forever, Joe. Forever.
I know. It's okay, Joe. We're on good terms.
Hey, Joe, can you do some Sinatra? That's your benchmark,
Jesus.
babe. We all know
Yeah.
it. We'd be
like
flattered if you did a little Sinatra. I know you don't have
Just
the
a little
band
rap,
and all
though.
that.
A little rap.
Maybe a little rap and a little a cappella Frank Sinatra.
I do like that.
Oh, man, I'm just a cat who sings. I dig hip tunes. I sang for kings. I sang in saloons. I got the world on a string. Some might say you can do your thing. Just do it my way. There we go. Yeah, like that. See? It's like a Frank rap. Or, uh-oh. What happened?
Now go home and get your fucking shine box.
What? I lost you there, guys. Hello? Oh, that's so weird.
Hello.
Wait, I lost you guys. Come back to me. Come on. What happened? Hello? Hey, I got you there? What happened? Hello? Yes. Hello, guys. Hello there. Come on now. What? Where are you? I got you? Yeah, they don't. What?
We met him at NEW about 10 years ago. Longer, actually. Probably 12 years ago.
He is.
The great Joe Piscopo has entered the
Joe
studio. Oh, my
Piscopo.
God.
How you doing, sir? Pleasure to see you again. It's been a while, my
What's
friend.
up, Joe?
Joe Piscopo.
How are you, sir? Let's touch.
I look all right?
Oh, come on, take a seat. Let's have some fun.
Hey, Joe.
This is so funny.
Yes,
You
Joe
guys.
Piscopo.
You guys.
Oh, you.
Uh-oh. You're wearing a New York thing.
Over here, you know?
You're wearing a New York thing. That's not good.
Well, it was nice the other day. I saw you you tweeted that you were getting a Christmas tree.
You know what I
Going
did?
out and it was all nice out.
You know
and-
what? We went to the boondocks, you know, out there in out in there in Warren County, where men are men and sheep are nervous.
Those
You
are
know?
Those are the dots I
Squeal
never
like
go
a
to.
pig. You want a tree? You got to squeal like a pig. I said, okay, that's great. That's okay. So they give you the saw. They give you the saw like the Jason saw. You know?
Sure. You got to cut it yourself.
Oh, you got to cut it yourself. I got to do it with my kids, so I got to look like a guy, you know, because I'm getting
a real
old. So
man, right?
You know, like a man. So I went there, sawed it down, and we carried it. I freaking carried it from up in the hill all the way down. So it was very, very nice.
Wow.
And I set it up already. I got to do it, man.
Oh, you did it? Nice
How big
one.
of a tree?
I got it, huh?
How big?
That's a good question. It was a little wimpy tree.
Oh, was it?
It's like a Charlie Brown tree, man.
Yeah.
I said I didn't want to get the big one, and I didn't want to get an axe or anything like that. But you can tell I'm getting older with the kids. I got to wait till it's like 60 degrees out, you know, when we're upstairs, and then we went out. So it was real nice and everything, you know.
It was nice, yeah.
Hey, you guys, I got to tell you something. First, I got no.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, how long have we known each other? Like 20 years? Like 20
It's been
years?
a while. Back
I would
at
say-
Where was the
NEW.
first one where I walked in and the new girl was there? Remember that? Because I'm like
WNEW.
Jim, I love you, man.
The
I'm
good
so
old
straight.
days.
I'm like Mr. Smith. I'm a dinosaur.
Are we allowed to answer any of these
No,
questions?
No, do you remember that? No. Where was it? It was
It was
NEW.
NEW. WNEW.
And there was a naked girl in the studio?
There was like a
we
naked
used to
girl,
do that.
and they said Joe, and I didn't look because I'm like I'm like Mr. Straight Man. So I go.
In
I
hindsight,
I
you should have looked. Right?
I should have married her,
Yeah,
for God's
right?
sake. That's what I should have done.
Exactly.
I'll tell you, I'm all right now, but last week I was in rough shape. How are you? I'll tell you. So, you know what? It's good to see you guys.
Yeah.
So many people.
What do you mean you're in rough shape?
No, it was really good. It was just like, you know what? It was, I was in rough shape because, no, it's because with the women. I
No
want to talk,
shit.
You know, oh, come on.
The bitches that'll get you.
Joe, I
You
can
don't say it.
totally sympathize with you. I went through that crap. I don't know what you can say or can't say. I understand that part of it too. I could say whatever I want, and I know what the deal is.
Why?
There shouldn't be. I'm seeing numbers that are astounding to me. What you're responsible for.
Thank you.
For what? Did she ever get up there and tell a goddamn joke? No.
Wait, what?
No.
The number might
don't.
be 15 G's a month. Joe.
Oh my
more
God!
like, more like 16 because they get a cost of living increase.
What
So you know what? I got, and I'm
God.
glad I'm on the show. And first of all, I want to thank
Wait,
all.
do you have kids together, Joe? Do you have kids?
Yeah, I have in New
kids,
Jersey.
yeah.
You know what? That's like Anthony said, man, Jim. It's like, man. Once you have kids, they hold the children hostage.
Yes.
The state and they hold it. And I have to tell you, and I want to thank everybody first of all I have so many warm and wonderful greetings from you guys.
A lot of love from our fans, huh?
I'll tell you,
they're
warm.
fun.
No, can you believe that?
That's great.
I tell you, and everybody. So thank you.
Yeah.
And I have to. Let me just do a caveat. Then we got to talk about this because I got nailed last week, and then I said, let me go on O&A and let's talk about this. 'Cause,
Sure.
You know, what am I going to freaking do? Talk about it. You know, put me in an orange jumpsuit in the county jail. I don't care, man.
Jesus.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
ready to go.
Oh, Joe's
I've
ready
had
to
it.
talk.
I've had it. No, you know, a little bit.
You
What
do
happened last week?
reach a point where you've had it.
Yeah,
I understand.
But why? Why? All we do is give out. You know, it's like, come on, you got to give me a break a little bit.
Why is
Listen,
it
my
so
own
expected?
fault. It's my own fault.
Oh,
when you
boy.
run off with the young broad, you know what I'm saying? When you
Oh,
run off
Joe.
with the babysitter, it's going to come back to bite you in the butt, and you know that.
You know, Joe.
And you wrote that song. You wrote
were
the
so-
song.
Listen, this is the
You
bit.
wrote the
This is the
song.
bit because Howard's a big star now, doesn't show up for
Sure,
work.
sure.
So God forbid he shows up. Oh Jesus, Howard, Monday to Wednesday. He's like Johnny Carson, you know.
Yeah.
And God bless him, he built the network and he deserves it. We
yeah.
love Howard. There's you and I. I can't do it because I'll see it in court. But you could write the new Kimberly.
Oh man!
You want us to write the
I
song?
have the opening line. Kimberly, I hate to be blunt.
Oh no!
I won't think of that.
Write the song.
Don't start.
How about this?
All right, wait. Let Jimmy give it another
How
try.
about I'll change the line.
There's plenty of words.
Jimmy's going to try it again. Go ahead, Jimmy.
Oh Jesus! I'm going to be in trouble now. Not guilty, Your Honor. Your Honor, I had nothing to do with it.
You're just.
It's a radio
here.
show, Your Honor.
Guilt by association.
Let's see. Hold on.
Think about it.
Jimmy.
I got to, but I want.
Yeah.
No, but I got to say
Something about Kimberly.
No.
Something.
Hey.
Something sucking trigger.
No.
Okay, no.
That's crazy.
I'm just saying the opening line.
Told us to write the new song, Joe.
Oh, something about.
And
yes,
I
that's
gotta say,
fine,
let me
man.
say right off the bat, if I may, is that everybody.
right off the
I
bat
get so so many. Yeah. So many people. There was one kid, Roby. I gotta tell you, there was Jonathan, and he like hit me on Twitter or something like that, and he was so cute. He goes, this is bad. I'm a loyal O&A fan, man, but they hang you out to dry, man.
Oh, no.
Listen. I feel bad. I feel so bad. They should give you a free subscription to XM Sirius so you could listen to what they say about you. I said, this guy was so sweet. I said, it's Opie and freaking Anthony.
Yeah.
It's what they do.
We're nice
you
guys.
step out of the studio, they're going to make fun of you. When I come in, they're going to make fun of you. It's the Buddy Epson theory. How great. That was great radio.
Remember that?
It was great radio.
Oh, you remember the Buddy Epson shit we did?
Listen. You know what? It was like,
Jeez.
this
I like
guy,
Joe
you
now.
tracked this guy's death every day. Tracked his death. Jim, am I right?
Yeah.
Tracked his death. So you're going, hey, wait, that Buddy doesn't know this? Of course he knows. When he comes on, we say, you doggies. We say, you doggies. That was
doggies.
great radio.
That was
great radio.
That bit took 10 years.
Jesus, right?
That was the longest
and
bit we ever did.
may my bit take as long, please.
Well, I
Hold
tell
on,
you
I
one
want
thing.
to start with last week.
So
There-
Jonathan, it's all fun. I'm sorry.
He's a rat.
Jonathan's
a rat.
No,
This
it's
is
all
what-
fun.
this
It's all
is what you
fun.
wanna
Don't
talk
take it
about.
seriously.
Joe,
Jersey, they throw
focus,
you in the
focus.
water. They throw you in the
All
water.
right,
Last week
I'll
it was
tell you.
revealed that
All
you
right,
fell
don't read
behind
it.
on the
Don't
child
read-
support.
Oh, yeah.
And that's what you want to talk about, right?
Yeah, because $2 million isn't enough. But you know what, ladies and gentlemen? You know what, ladies and gentlemen? So I go on. Oh, now this is where you guys we'll
Can
see
help
on a
you?
crawl on CNN. We'll see it on
Jesus.
Fox. Piscopo said it on Opie and Anthony's show today. So let's make the news a little
They'll
bit.
probably say
right.
Piscopo said on a radio show. They won't put our.
No,
Yeah,
they will
exactly.
though. But that's how you elevate it. You know, I mean, am I right or wrong? You know, you
You're
come
totally
into you
right.
become credible like that.
Yeah.
I've had it. I've hit the wall
I hear
because
ya.
oh my freaking gosh, I can't do it anymore. How long did you go through with it?
I went through. I was married for 9 years. No kids though, thank God.
Yeah.
But the divorce took over 3 years of just delays and trying to wear me down. And in the interim, me paying through the nose for everything. Her lawyer to screw me, I got to pay him.
Yeah.
And then the
You gotta pay
amount
the lawyer
of
that's
money.
gonna screw you.
You do.
Yeah,
You
the
do.
amount of
Amazing,
money
isn't it?
I had to pour out to her and the lawyer. The only saving grace is when I open the newspaper now and I see that her lawyer, Dominic Barbara, was her lawyer, is so screwed. Karma came back and chewed his ass, and I couldn't be happier. Couldn't have happened to a better guy.
We're going to talk openly. I'm going to get in trouble. But
whatever.
will you come do the remote in jail? With me?
I will. Absolutely.
So her
What
lawyer.
happened?
Now listen.
Go ahead, Joe.
First of all, mother of my children, so I got to be guarded on that.
Exactly.
First of all, 20 pretty good years. You know, with the babysitter. She was very young. I understand it, and you know, to this day, I love her dearly. Mother of my children. But she gets the lawyer. You know, who she gets the lawyer. The guy who was now the prosecutor for Hunterdon County. Not to name names. Tony Kearns. Oh my God! What a freaking this
All
guy.
right.
In my opinion, Your Honor, this was so wrong. Took me for all the money. It's money out of the mouths of my children. They don't use this money for child support.
No.
It was not child support. It was alimony. I stopped it.
Wow.
I said, you got no. I gave out so much money. Then I got to pay. You have to pay $12 for the school trip. It's like, oh, didn't I just lay out this millions of
Isn't
dollars
that
here?
part of the support?
They don't. So this is what happens. So I go to their side. We say, please, let's settle out of court. Because it's the children, man. It's about the kids. Let's settle out of court.
Plus, it cuts down on legal fees to set them out of court. You have to
Right,
get the,
yes.
the longer they litigate, the lawyers wanted to keep going.
Thank you.
This is exactly what I did,
got
by the way,
my
yeah.
guy, Anthony Pope. Gray, you need it. This is one of the best attorneys
same
ever.
thing.
Anthony's the best.
Oh,
so
yeah.
he talks to their lawyer and how unjust and inappropriate is this? And conflict of interest is this? The prosecutor of Hunterdon County now. This is the law firm that goes into the Hunterdon County jail. I mean, it's like the middle of the boondocks there, and I'm going to get screwed no matter what. You know.
Yeah.
So I say, let's settle out of court. Let's settle out of court. No. Anthony, you know all too well. All you got to do is keep paying. So it's extortion. So you keep paying that extortion. Keep paying, and I pay it, and I'm good. And I'm a loyal father. And every morning I get up, and I make lunches, and I do homework, and I make the doctor appointments. Don't get me freaking started. I am as dedicated as father as anybody on this earth. Don't talk to me about child support. You show me some child support.
Yeah.
I take care of these kids. I buy the freaking clothes. I go to Walmart. Joe, how are you? What are you doing in Walmart? I'm a single father. I'm a hardworking father. I sweat on that stage, whether you like it or not what I do on stage. I break my ass. Break my ass on that stage. Sweat blood on that stage. Playing those freaking drums. Playing the music. My life is a constant rehearsal. We want that money. We want to suck that money dry,
And
you know?
you're working to pay her.
You know, not that it bothers me. Don't get me wrong.
Let me ask you
It's
two
all right,
questions.
all right.
I've never been married.
Like it does.
How long into it did you realize, like, there might be some problems here?
That's a fine question. You know what, really, like about
before the marriage a little bit.
Oh my God!
What kind of
on,
indicators? Because comics are perceptive. It's like it's like what kind? Yeah, normally we pick up on shit.
What were some of the
Somebody
signs,
heckles, you immediately know what they're doing.
You know
the
what?
signs?
And again, I gotta be careful because maybe I don't want to. It was just when the woman stuff starts happening, they start getting into the mood thing, and it gets kind of like nasty and stuff like that. I never saw that before. Then I started to see it. And I thought, well, I'll get married, and then they'll settle everything. Okay, well, we'll have kids, and then it's like, so I hung in. I'm a schmuck, and do I mess around? Ask me, guys. How many chicks on the road, Mr. Norton, if I may, sir?
How many chicks?
To you. How many chicks are available to us on the road, whether we're ugly as we are? I mean, how many freaking broads come up and go, oh, hey, I saw you on stage, and you know what I'm saying? Did I go once? Not one time.
Didn't. What are you gay?
Not one time.
So you were a faithful guy, despite the opportunity.
The broad that I met at NEW that day, bring her back to me, please. Except she's like, what, 60 now?
Yeah, right.
So anyway, so we go to settle out of court. Let's settle out of court.
Sure.
And I keep doing this. I keep paying out. And we pay. It's like extortion, paying out. Then all of a sudden, they go, okay, we'll settle. And my lawyer and her lawyer, and to Kimberly's credit, we settle out of court. We go, okay, we're going to because I've had it. It's wrong. I've taken a stance right here, right now, on the Opie and Anthony show. I'm taking a freaking stance. I'm not going to get railroaded anymore. I'm a dedicated
Both
father.
sides could use that money better.
Now, you know what?
Instead of giving it to the lawyers, right,
guys,
Joe?
I'm telling you. So anyway, so we go in. You know who says, oh, you can't settle? The state. The great state of my freaking New Jersey.
Why?
Because they want to make themselves have a reason for getting pension and welfare. I don't know.
How can they say that?
They said, the state said, no, you can't settle.
Even though both parties want to settle out of court. The state says
we
no.
settled. And to Kimberly's credit, she says, okay, just give me all the money. I said, take the freaking money. Just let's settle out of court. Once it goes to court, it's going to turn into this, what you're reading. Nope. So I said, so you know what? The state goes, you got to come in. I can't go. This is the best one. You love this one, and I know you've heard this before. I got to work. I go to Phoenix. I got to go work the talking stick. They go, can't. You got to come into court, guys.
Man.
If I don't work, I can't pay all this money you people want, man.
There's no fucking reason to it.
You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy.
So they wouldn't let me work. So Anthony Pope fixes it. It's all great. Her lawyer in Tony Kern's old firm, her lawyer, they fix it up, and it's like, this is going to work out. The state goes, no, you got to come in like that. It's like they got to make trouble. It's like, just let us all work it out. But but I'm taking a stance now. I've had it. You know what?
How old are the kids?
You know what? I've got them. You take your pick.
No,
I've got so many of them now.
But with the Kimberly broad.
Yeah. Oh, I got another story I should tell you. You guys are going to kill me. I'm going to hear about
But how
this.
old
Can
are
we
the
talk?
How old are your kids?
How old are your
13,
kids?
10, and 8.
With
Okay,
Kimberly.
so there's a lot of years
so
left.
you got a lot of years left. That's why I'm bringing that up.
I'll be in
you
Des Moines.
I'll
be in Des Moines.
You got another.
Where am I?
You got another
city
what?
is
10
this?
years of child support.
It's something like that.
Or
Yeah.
college too. I think till they're 21 now.
Is it
because
a-
of
it's a-
college, you have to pay for college too.
Yeah. No, that's another thing you got to do. That's a good
So
point.
what are you living in a closet at this point?
No, grace of God, grace of
You're
God
all right with
Almighty.
that, Joe?
Grace of God Almighty. It's all
right.
good. It's all
Joe,
good.
let me ask you too, because you're a very famous guy. Where did the bulk of your money came from? Was it is it road gigs or was it investments or was it like I know you had like workout shit that you were doing?
Yeah.
Where does the big bulk of what makes you?
A little all that.
Oh, it is. Okay.
Yeah, but you know
I
what?
think it was the Miller beer commercials.
Oh man, that was good.
yeah.
And,
From the early
and not
80s.
to mention that in Bally's. Remember Bally's?
Oh, I
That's what I
remember
meant,
the
Bally's,
Bally's.
yeah.
So, but you know what? So it's interesting. But as we work and it's live, but I'm not like a $20 million movie star. You guys bust my chops, and I come on here in fun, and you have the right to bust my chops. I lead with my freaking chin. It's okay. I don't care. But I don't go in and make $10 million a film for God's sake. I'm a working stiff.
They'll
I'm
certainly make it sound like you do.
Yeah. My
future
God.
earning potential. Oh, he could make billions of dollars.
They say celebrity goodwill. On my first case, to your point, they say celebrity goodwill. When I went into court first with Joey's mom, great gal, by the way, and it was very amicable. Celebrity, Mr. Piscopo made millions. He'll make millions more.
Right.
But they don't talk about the bad months, the bad weeks. The bad things where, hey, when you're calling your agent going, hey, man, I'm available.
There are no guarantees. Why is it guaranteed money for her?
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
But they don't care. And the state, God bless our wonderful state workers. I mean, God bless these guys. And not all the workers, because we love our toll takers. But in the family court system of New Jersey, if I may, they have no idea how real life works. They don't know how we got to get on a plane, Jim. We got to go on. You got to perform. You got to rehearse all this stuff. You got to go up. You got to work it out. Then you got to get on then I got on a plane, and then I come home to my kids. I come right home to my kids, and I'm with my children Sunday through Wednesday. I'm with my children. And if I may, I don't want to drop a bomb here, but when Kimberly was arrested, for endangering the lives of the children. And Dyfus, and I feel bad for her. It's a problem, and you know what? She's better. It's been almost 3 years in March.
Wait. What happened?
Just for anyone who's tuning in late, could you just give a brief explanation of that, just so people are caught up?
And I want to say, on O&A's show right here, man, I didn't want to say anything, and I kept it quiet for 7 years.
Right.
And I had the children. When she was in rehab for 30 days, I came back from Florida working 4 or 5 days, a week there, working those little gigs down there. And I came back and I took my kids, and I was the principal of the school says, Joe, you're the safety net of these children. And I was and am the safety net of these kids. And now I have them Sunday through Wednesday. But when she got her license taken away, it was an incident. And I don't want to talk about it, but if they want to open it up and they want to have the paper here, you know what I'm saying? She was, and again, it's a problem, but, I'm in.
License taken away. I'm going to guess. My educated guess would be had something to do with driving.
Right.
Under the influence with the kids in the car, if that was endangering their lives.
Made me mad. Made me
Oh,
afraid.
man.
How freaking dare you? How freaking dare you? Don't even freaking start with me. How dare you take the lives of my children and put them in the back seat and have a drink? I'm supposed to have sympathy for that? It's a disease. How about the rest of us who have to live with that? I'm walking on eggshells my whole life over here.
You're financing it.
I'm exactly right, man. And check this out. So, no, listen. She gets arrested, handcuffed, dragged out in front of the presence of my young children, for God's sake. I land by the grace of Jesus Christ. That's right, Jesus Christ and God, deal with it, for crying out loud. I'm a hopeless Italian Catholic. I got to get that little plug in there. I turn on my phone as I land. Who's got Dyfus on the phone? Division of Youth and Family Services. 2 police stations. Your wife has been arrested. Your children are now in foster care.
Shit.
Children are now
you
in
must
foster
have lost
care.
your mind.
And I ran got to my driver. He goes, "Hello, Mr. Pisco. Shut the freak up. Get in your car and take." I had the kids in my possession for half an hour. In a half an hour, I had those kids. And you know what? I got those kids, and I took them, and I kept them with me for a month. And she went to rehab. The judge, Ann Bartlett, not to mention names, in my opinion, one of the worst people on the benches. How New Jersey even appointed this woman, Ann Bartlett, makes me pay child support while she's in rehab. And I have full custody of the kids.
You are supporting the
Dyfus takes the kids away, says, "Give him to Joe. Look how great father he is." Dyfus comes in. They look at my house. They give me the kids. She goes, they decrease the child support, but they make me pay child support while she's not there for 30 days.
You're the one.
And you know what else, ladies and gentlemen? Let me tell you. Where you from, pal? Where you from?
You're
Nice
the
tie.
one supporting the children. Why do you have to then pay above and beyond that?
And you said the drinking, you were walking on eggshells for a long time, right? When you live with somebody that drinks, it's fucking, it's like you're not the one with the problem, so you're watching them.
Wow.
And we're always guilty. And we're men. And we're guilty. How could the judge do that? And then I go to court, and then after the fact, I go into court, and then she takes me in for all these bills with the stuff that you read. It's not child support. It's alimony. It's all for her. It's so the boyfriend.
Hold on. I'm going to help you out here. They make it look like you're a scumbag, that you're not paying child support.
Right.
When you are paying child support, and it's more money for her that you're arguing.
I have given this.
Gotcha,
I have
Joe.
made. Listen. The donation I've made is a 401k for any average American. What she gets is 10 times, maybe 20 times what the average American makes. This is what I give out, and then I got to live on myself. I got to give the kids a home. And then I was in a hotel. By the way, this is funny. I go to a hotel after the divorce because we have to leave the house as guys, right? I'll leave that. So I go to a hotel. I like hotels, man. How great are hotels?
I love a hotel.
Hey,
man.
Valet, kids, clean your room. Not forget about it. Maid service, please.
Throw your
It's like
crap around.
Room service.
Wait, you're living in a hotel now?
I was early on. So then the court says you can't live in a hotel. We'll take the children away. You got to get a house. I get a house. You're spending too much money on the house. You can't win here, guys. So I come here, and I know we have fun, and I know you ride me, and you
we're
drive
gonna hug
me.
you at the end of this hour.
I know.
But let me have some love to O&A's. I need the love. I'm getting beat up.
January 19th. Hold on, let me plug Joe's dates.
Yes,
January 19th.
I had a tough week, buddy.
January 19th, Joe will be at Brick High School performing with our pal Jeff Norris.
Yeah, Jeff's the best.
I like Jeff very much. And January 26th, the Dix Hills Performing Arts Center. And you can go to dhpac.org. and get Dix Hills Performing Arts Center January 26th. If you want to go out and see Joe and support him, I certainly I would love to go to one of these shows.
You should play Dix Hills. By the way,
I don't know if I could sell it, but I would certainly want to go see.
I think you couldn't.
I think you would.
Are you serious?
I do
Long
okay.
Island?
I'll talk to Marty.
Is that Long Island?
Yeah,
it's
you
Long Island. It's right
destroy
there.
out
Jim,
of
you
Long
would kill it.
No,
You
we're
would
going to
kill
do the Paramount in Huntington.
Oh, okay.
I'm working.
Oh, that's
I'm working with the guys. Listen, Joe, hold on a second.
Okay.
I need to
Okay.
ask.
Go ahead.
So you lost that awesome house that you got from being an entertainer, right?
What's that?
She gets to keep the real nice house you probably had.
No, I have my beautiful home, thank God.
But I mean, the
Praise
house,
Jesus.
the
No.
house you had with her.
Yeah, no, she
She's
got
in
that.
that.
My summer home 6 minutes away. You mean? Yep, that's exactly what it is. Yep, she got that too.
How is that fair?
What?
God, and I'm not telling you the half of it because she is the mother of my children. I'm respecting that. Anthony knows. Anthony knows. I don't want to delve into it. It's not fair, but
brutal.
don't you dare. Don't you dare. You know what? I am like, when they come on, they go, Joe, Opie and Anthony say all these things. Yeah, you know what?
We
Oh,
said
you're
wonderful
being naive. No, I'm not. You guys know me well enough. You push me. You mess with me. They pushed me.
Yeah,
They pushed
yeah.
me now. And I'm taking a stand now.
Can I ask you, Joe, what now, because without mentioning any names, was there any infidelity happening at all? I'm not saying whose side, but was
Yeah,
there any?
Not on my part, baby.
But there might have been somewhere.
Yeah.
And you have
But
to
yeah,
eat that.
Oh my God! And then you got.
I could tell you stories, guys, and you know what? You know when the other party doesn't come home, and this is my favorite. This is my favorite in court. And I've been 7 years of pent up.
Yes.
I'm on O&A show. Howard's gonna die that I'm talking to you guys about this, you know. But you go in when your soon-to-be ex walks in. Am I right or wrong? Tell me right or wrong. They walk in 3 o'clock in the morning. You know, they're whacked out of their mind. You know, whatever, all disheveled, everything. And you go, and when you say, "Now, honey, where you've been?" In court, you are abusive, you're controlling, and you're angry. And you're angry.
Yeah.
They got the catchphrases. They put the catchphrases in. Oh, you're abusive. I said, where have you been? I've been with the little kids, you know?
I'm wondering where she's been, but then you're the asshole. I don't understand how they justify it. There's no there's no personal touch to the cases. You think like, oh, I'm going to tell them this. They'll listen to it and understand what's been going on.
Some logic.
It's this slide rule mentality.
Yeah.
You're just numbers.
Yeah.
She's numbers.
Yeah.
And here's what it is. You're not a person.
Yeah.
You don't have a story.
Yeah.
You don't have feelings or any need. It's all about math.
And what do they think, to your point, Anthony, what do they think, what Opie was reading before, if it gets in the paper and it looks like you're back in child support? No, I'm not. I'm taking a stance.
Right.
What does that look like, and how does that look for business? How does that look for business? These people who are not qualified to make the judgments that you were just talking about they're going to judge my life, and they're going to say, "Oh, Joe," and again, you have to give Kimberly credit and her lawyer credit too for wanting to settle out of court. We could have done the whole thing out of court. The state says you got to show up.
I'm amazed at that whole thing. Why would
because you know what I would say to our good governor Christie, who's great, revamp the family court system in the state of New Jersey.
Never happened.
And you know what? It's as antiquated as the electrical grids from JCP&L and PSE&G. Right. It's ridiculous. And you know what? Now that we had the power failure, no one's going to do the grids. No one's going to fix it. We forgot all about it. We'll have another failure. But it's the same thing with the family court system.
So what do you do? Because you're, what do you do to get the anger out? I mean, it's obviously very
Come on this show.
It's frustrating, man.
No, you know what people say? Joe, how you play the drums, man? What do you play the drums?
Oh, that's it.
You're thinking of somebody.
You're picturing a face on each one.
You're thinking of somebody as if
Put various faces on there.
Right.
Oh,
Perhaps.
man.
Are you running out of money, Joe?
You know what?
You're running out of money?
By the grace of God. But wait a minute now. Let me see, because I'll hear all this in court. By the way.
Oh, I bet.
So let me see. What should I say? I am so grateful, and just to be able to be working like I'm working.
Yeah,
By the grace of God, it's good. But I'm afraid to answer that because I'll hear it in court.
Right. And they'll say,
no matter what I say,
he's got plenty of money. Well, we might as well take it.
They'll take the kids away. If I tell you what we make in a night or something like you can't.
No.
This is true. They go, we'll settle out of court. One of the prerequisites for settling out of court, this is my favorite. We want to see your contract. We want to see one of your contracts. So Anthony and I, in good faith, we go, all right, so I email the contract. They use it in court, see how much he makes, rather than, because it was like, here it is. The money's there, but I can't do it anymore. So after this show, I'm.
Now, did they want a past contract?
There's no way they're going to settle.
Did they want a past contract or a future one? Because you should have just had the lowest paying gig of the year and use that one.
Yeah.
You laugh. Don't take the New Year's Eve contract.
Yeah, you laugh. Don't assume they're going to do the right
Stress
thing.
Factory
Joe.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You laugh, but you shouldn't assume that shit.
I know, but I'm too
They're gonna use
honest,
it against
guys.
you.
Do you lead with your heart? You lead with your
No.
heart, man. You lead
No,
with your heart.
just get it
and it's just
stomped
not
on.
fair.
They're out to get you. How old are
Thanks,
you now,
guys.
Joe?
This is therapeutic for me, huh? I'm 49 because I go out with young women. Okay,
There
there
you
we
go.
go.
Fair enough. There you
Don't
go.
ask me. No, I got.
Did you ever think of doing this? Because this is such
gonna look it
interesting
up.
stuff.
Fuck
Did you ever think of doing a one-man show about this stuff, like what you can say? Like, I love.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
I
That's a great
genuinely
idea.
enjoy this part of comedians and people. Like, I love because I
anger?
could listen, but the
No, yeah.
the fucking
real
real
life.
life stuff
'Cause
is
it's real
fascinating
life.
to me.
Yeah,
I could
you
listen to
gotta-
this for fucking hours, man.
Deal with
How
that.
many
It's
times?
honest. It's interesting.
Jesus.
How many
And you
times
know-
were you married, Joe?
You know what? Twice. You know what
Twice.
though? My shows have never been better. I walked on. I was exhausted when I went to Phoenix. After talking to you guys, it was fun. I find this very exhilarating, by the way. I really do. So listen, I go to Phoenix and I'm tired, man. I'm tired. You know, because you saw my age. Don't tell anybody, but you saw my age, and so I'm going. Wait a minute, I'm tired. But then I go, wait a minute. I rest. I eat right. You know, I carb up. I got a big show to do Saturday night. I go on stage, but again, by the grace of God, but I don't know where we pull it out from. Like, you guys got to get up so early in the morning. You pull it out. It was the best show I ever had in my life.
really? Oh, really?
Saturday night, yeah. Because all the anxiety, they think, matter of fact, when we were at the at Club Piscopo in Lake City last year, we would go 5 of 9. Shows were at 9. 5 of 9, all the iPhones would go off. All the ex-wives from all the crew, and everybody,
shit.
they would bust your chops right before showtime because they think they're going to get you. It drives us on stage, man. You know why? We're looking for more approval from the audience. It makes our shows better. So you know what? They could just kiss our butts. I'm not going down. I'm not going down.
How's the?
That's a great name for a one-man show.
I'm not-
Joe Piscopo. I'm not going down.
How many kids you got altogether?
You know what? 5. I have to tell you. I but I haven't been completely upfront about everything. I'm going to break the news here on Opie and Anthony's show. Can I do it?
What happened?
No.
Well, and should I talk about it, Jim? I got to talk about it.
I would go for it.
Yeah, because and
Nobody's
again,
listening.
to all your no one's listening. To all your great listeners, thank you. I need the love and thank you for being so gracious. So great. I want to tell you warm, wonderful things, and I need the help now because I'm
Yes.
getting killed. They're killing
Joe,
me, guys.
You turned us around. We're gonna
They
hug you.
are.
I'm telling you, Joe.
So I get an assistant. You know.
Yeah.
And I go to my buddy, Joe Muccioli, my music director, and I go to his dressing room. I'm about to go on stage, and this one chick walks out, and she's a hot chick, and I go, Mooch. And he's engaged. I go, Mooch. I said, this is your guman, huh? You're doing all right. He goes, no. It's the daughter of my friend, daughter of my buddy. And I go, wow, what do you think? I need an assistant. This was almost 4 years ago. I didn't talk about
Joe.
Listen.
Sure, that's how you
I swear to God.
That's the name of the new show.
Go ahead.
Joe.
Go ahead.
Do you ever learn, Joe?
Oh, listen, so if I'm going down, I'm going down in style.
I'm a weak man. Joe.
So you saw this pretty girl. You said, "I need an
right.
assistant." And what happened?
What happened, Joe? 4 years ago.
Micro mini, chicken high heels, legs to stop a freaking freight train. baby.
Sure.
My
You know what I'm
God.
saying? Hot, but Jersey hot. You know what I'm saying? Like half Jewish, half Italian. Jersey hot, man. I was like, whoa, this is not my type. I usually give me the blonde bro with the big things and I'm okay. You know what I mean? Like this.
Oh,
this is
boy.
like, I'm going, what the? So
Come on, Joe. What'd you do?
well,
What'd you do?
she's working for me and she's great. She's a great worker.
How long has she been working for you?
Great worker. Well, she was working for me.
Oh, no.
Joe.
Listen,
Joe.
so and I hope she doesn't mind me talking about it because she's a great gal. So we all of a sudden she goes, I want to get married. She keeps going like this with the ring. She show her ring finger to me, like,
Oh,
gotta get
man.
married, gotta get married. I said, no, baby, I can't. I got kids all over. I can't get married. I said, I just let me take care of these kids, and one day we'll do something. I'm gonna get married, and I want a baby. I want a baby. I want a baby. I said, you can't, honey. Look at me. I got kids all over the place. I can't have another child. I got to take care of this. Then the drunk driving thing hits, right? And that, I'll tell you, I don't care what
How many
you
years ago
say.
was the drunk driving
It'll be
thing?
3 years in
3
March,
years?
I think.
Okay.
You know, so God bless.
Gotcha.
You know, she's doing great, by the way. Doing just great, by the way. But anyway, it's like, Jesus. So,
We don't have a visual.
no. So anyway,
She's doing well, right, Joe?
Yeah.
so this chick, I'm afraid to mention her name, but she was there for me, man. She was, aside from my mother, God bless my mother, she was there for me and
Joe
took
has
me
another
through.
kid.
She took me through. Listen, she took me
God.
through this time.
Sure.
She took me through this rough time. She took care of my children like she was a mother to my children.
She was a friend as well as a lover.
She took.
Joe's got a 2-year-old out there.
Joe.
Tell us.
So, and I never, no, people don't know. So then she goes, all of a sudden, a clear blue sky. And I've got to tell you guys, I mean, not to be disrespectful. I know I could say anything because it's XM serious.
Absolutely.
But these 20-something chicks, oh my gosh. Do you know what? You meet the older broads. Oh, Joe, you're wonderful. You're sweet. You're going, come on, I could take care of you. No, you can't. It's like you got it.
I love Joe.
Am I right?
Joe's
or wrong?
a piece of shit.
The 20-somethings. No, but am I wrong or right?
You're exactly,
the
Joe.
Wild. Where do they learn this stuff? Oh my God. I'm like Jerry Lewis when I'm with these chicks. Please don't hurt. Oh, how did you do that? It's like unbelievable.
Did you do Jerry Lewis?
So and I'm going to do Letterman and the rap next. So anyway, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, Joe listens.
Joe listens.
So sure enough, she goes.
Oh my God.
She goes. You know what? I'm pregnant like that, and I go, oh man, listen to this, listen to this, and I'm going through all this stuff, and I'm juggling, and I'm with the kids, guys. I'm with the children most of the time, and I listen. She goes, right, and I go, and I'm a very, and I don't care what you think out there. Yeah. Well, this is true. This is true. What goes around comes around. You make your own journey. Point made, Mr. Ope. Point made.
I'm sorry.
It's so true.
I'm sorry.
So
though,
she
I'm
goes.
sorry.
Now she goes. The young chicks now. They go, oh, we'll get rid of it. And I don't believe in that.
Sure.
I said, no matter whose it is, you're going to have it. Because I didn't see her for 3 weeks at one point. And I'm thinking, hey, maybe I'm an old guy. Come on now.
Come out looking like Eddie Murphy.
Come on. I said, I should be so lucky. He's got the money to pay for it. I said, so I go, geez, I said, I don't know, but just go through the whole pregnancy. She goes through the pregnancy, and she's a trooper, and she's great, and she gets a midwife. And so it gets closer. And I'm watching my kids, and it's Christmas 2 years ago, and she gets the call. Now, I got my big boy, Joey, who's a superstar in his own right. This kid's talented. He's great, more talented than that. He's in L.A. He's a director. He's an actor. He's like just a talent, and he's doing so great work all the time. God bless him. He's at the house with the little kids, and she calls, and she goes, I'm having the baby. I'm at Morristown Hospital, Jersey. And I go, I got to go because she's in labor, right or wrong. She had the kid, and I'm going to go. Joey, who's so pissed off at me because I date women that are younger than him and that I can't get it together. He's like the father. He's like my father. Joey's more mature than I am. He goes, Dad, what do you do? I said,
wait, you weren't with her anymore, obviously.
We were kind of on and off. Like
okay,
that.
Gotcha.
So I said, Joey, watch the little kids. I go to the hospital, man. And I still don't know that it's my baby. Honestly, guys, we talk very frank here.
Sure.
So I go to the hospital. She's got the midwife. She's in the tub. She does the tub in the water thing. And it's all natural. And the midwife goes, all natural. Yeah, but you could give her a morphine drip because, nothing more natural than freaking morphine. What was that? They go morphine. So, but she's doing it. She's in the tub. She's pushing this baby, and I'm watching this young girl, and it's a beautiful thing. How these women, God bless them, how they have the children. I'll always respect Kimberly for that. Just to giving me beautiful children. This girl's bringing another life into the world, and the baby comes out, and it's kind of dark. It's like kind of the blood's not there. The eyes are pushed back and kind of pushed back a little bit. I'm thinking it's a black Latino Asian baby. I'm off the hook, baby. This is what I'm thinking. The blood comes back, color comes back. It's like you Photoshop my face on the child. Those little goofy.
Is it a boy or a girl?
Girl.
Okay, cool.
Beautiful little girl.
Good for you, Joe.
No. So we had the baby, and it was a beautiful thing. So now I'm walking around. This is your grandchild, Joe? Yeah, well, no. Actually, it's not.
Well, you are like a gangster, yo.
Are you a guy who does not like to pull out? I find it very difficult to pull out. I mean, in general,
I could
hard.
be so graphic here. It's like, and they go, get clipped. But you know what?
It cuts down on the loads, I think. It makes the load smaller if you get clipped. And I want a bigger one, more for the punishment element.
Yeah.
I'm not, no comment on that because, I got to be nice. But I got to tell you something. It's a beautiful thing. And
you
this
got
girl,
a 2-year-old, Joe.
Yeah, and you know what? And the mother, she's a great mom. She's a great mom to this kid. And I'll see him tomorrow, and I see him. But then I'll tell you what's going to happen. You know what's going to happen? She's going to meet a younger guy. And I said, all I say to the women that I have children with, because all the women see Uncle Joe coming. They go, get a baby from that guy. Get his paycheck because the courts will allow it. Bring that guy in. Or get a guy with some money. Meet some guy with some money. Get some guy. They live in my house. They drive my freaking $100,000 car that I got for her. And the boys, the guys are like this driving. She's driving. And get somebody with money. Could you, as a man, let me ask you. We got time?
Yeah. Sure. Believe
can't tell it's been 7 years pent up, can you?
Oh my God.
You know, as a man, could you possibly live in another house another man's paying for? Could you possibly drive another car? Could you possibly hang around with the children that were given in life by another man and sit there and get involved? I couldn't do it. And girls say it to me. I've had beautiful chicks say to me, Joe, wow, come see my kids. Hang out with kids. No, that's the father's responsibility. I'm a freaking man.
Joe says, I'll date them when they get a little older. But that's about it. So this is fun making these jokes. Guys, it's so fun not being the brunt of it all the time.
So there's a guy who's kind of hanging out in the place that you paid for and driving the car that you paid for.
Yeah, not the baby mama, the other one.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wait, which one? The one that's taking you to court?
Yeah.
Kimberly's got a guy living in your shit.
Are you jealous? Are you jealous?
No, it's a great question. You know, Norton, great questions, buddy. Thank you. It's like, no.
Wow.
Never, not at all. And it's so funny. Soon, I'm Italian. I'm an Italian-American. You cross the line, you mess around on me, and I don't mean this in a literal way.
Right.
You're dead. You're
Right,
dead.
right,
You're
right.
dead. No, and I don't mean like she
Not
put
dead,
that in the
dead.
court papers, by the way.
Oh, boy.
He said, I'm dead. Meaning, no, you don't exist as a human being.
Right.
Because Satan has taken over your soul. And I have to deal with the devil. Okay? But you don't, I don't know who you are.
I'm not dealing with you anymore.
I'm dealing with some satanic creature.
Figuratively speaking, you're now
that's right.
dead.
That's right.
And
Am I
this
right?
is now
Don't you feel
what
that
I
way
got to
now?
deal with. Sure.
As soon as they cross the line, that's it.
You know what? A good friend of mine went through a divorce, and his ex-wife had another guy, and they didn't get married because she was doing way too well getting the money from my very, very good friend.
God.
So, this lady was with the guy for probably 15 years.
Wow,
and
never got married.
No,
Whoa.
why would they? Because then, the
alimony stops.
The alimony stops.
But that's what, and when you read that.
How is that fair?
Exactly. And to everybody who reads this stupid stuff, I'm very disappointed in the Star Ledger, by the way. This is a good newspaper. This is like my hometown newspaper. And they went up to my lawyers and they said, oh, what's going on? And my lawyers, and Kimberly's lawyers, to her credit as well, said, please don't print anything. This is a family matter. They print the freak. What are you?
They're vultures. They're vultures.
Well, I'm glad you were able to come on the show and clear it up, because in all seriousness, because when they say fell behind on child support, that gets a lot of people angry.
And you know
what the fuck? He's not taking care of his kids.
And guys, thank you for the forum, because you know what? I'm with my children most
you're
of the
here
time.
to say, I just want to help you out, that is absolutely not true.
That's absolutely not true. And you know what? I stopped, and it's the alimony too. And she's, in my opinion, and I have to say, in my opinion, she's cohabitating. In my opinion, I am the primary parent. When she was in rehab, they gave me, when Dyfus gave me custody for like a year and a half, I had the custody. Plus, I worked. Yeah, and people listening now, those hard-working mothers, God bless the women that work. Very sexy to me now, by the way. Women who work.
Stop, Joe.
No,
I like working girls too, but I think for a different reason.
No, not your kind of working girl, dude. It's like it's frustrating because I have the children, and guys, I don't just show up every other Wednesday. I don't go every other weekend. I have the children Sunday through Wednesday. When she goes on to Cancun with the boyfriend and she sees the children 2 hours in 2 weeks, I have the children the whole time. I make the lunches. I do the snacks. I do the homework, which they give too much homework. I go to the school functions, And now I've had it, and you can hear it in my voice. I have had it. It's done. It's over. No more free lunch. This is it. You want to throw me in the freaking county jail? Right. You'll come do the remote. You promise?
Now let me. Obviously, whenever a woman goes to court in a divorce, they never say.
And now, the end is near. No, go ahead, Joe.
They never say, "Hey, Joe was a great guy and I wasn't." So what would somebody say? What was their point about you? Because they would never say, "Hey, Joe was a good guy." That's just not what people do in court. They try to dredge shit up. What was she saying about you that you could probably say might not even be true? But what was she saying about you?
Yeah, well, just you know what's a good point. Just the like Anthony said, Jim, the amount of money. The amount of money. When I'm on, it would just be that's a falsehood that I'm not paying. Millions of dollars. I'm embarrassed to tell you how much I pay.
Please.
It's millions of dollars. And with the other guy living in that, it's so wrong. So that's what they say wrong when they accuse you of that stuff, and they go, "Oh, he's not doing this, he's not doing that." And I'll tell you what, Kimberly, great mother. Right now, the kids love her, and I will respect that always. And you know what? I got to sit here among men. All right,
sure.
And your 4 women listeners. I said among actually, I got
you
women.
You want them? They're available.
Yes, they've doubled.
Joe, you're wonderful.
You got to ask. Joey, you're so cute. Come I can take care of you, baby.
You wouldn't be in so much trouble if you went out with someone your own age.
Shut it.
Yeah.
But you have to ask yourself, I make my own journey, I accept full responsibility.
Yes.
And then we have to ask among men right here on the O&A show, was it worth it? You have to really deep down into your mind and say, was it worth it with this beautiful young chick? And I have to tell you, honestly, every single second.
Every second.
Every second was worth
Ass
it.
is like snare drums, Joe. Ass is like a snare. Boom.
You're still famous, Joe. They brought the photographer in. They don't bring the photographer in for just anyone.
Fantastic.
But I tell you what,
You want to go out with Joe? He's more than willing.
Oh God! And you know where am I doing? So stay tuned, and then I'm with my buddy Steve Califer tonight. If he still wants to hire me tonight, I'll be down there.
I want to ask you something. When was the last time you talked to Eddie Murphy?
You know what?
Someone you used
It's
to
been a while. He's
do
a
a lot
big
of shit
star.
with.
They don't want anything to do with me. You know what? I stay in Jersey.
Were you guys close for a while there?
That's the best. I could tell stories. I could write the book, but I'm Italian.
That's
I don't
what
talk.
you need.
I know they took
The book.
Yeah, but I got to be careful. Like as we speak here, I have to protect myself because of that stupid Star Ledger doing stuff like that. You know. But you know what? With Eddie, I don't want to. I could think of stories now that are pretty funny for the radio, but I have to respect it. They never wrote the SNL
Does it
book.
bother you? Let me
The
ask you.
book-
Does it bother you when, like, if somebody moves on in their career and they don't kind of help out a little bit? Like,
Nah, man.
no?
You know what? Jim, when I started out, man, and you know, you do the grunt work of the comedy stuff. You know,
Yeah.
you know what it is, and you, me, and Jeff Norris, and it's all the same. It doesn't change and everything. And when I started out, man, all I wanted to do is exactly what I'm doing now, being a working stiff. I'm in the blue collar of entertainment. Yeah, pay.
Jesus, Opie. That's brutal.
I'm sorry.
You're such a jerk.
I'm sorry. But you know what? The whole audience. But you've turned everybody. The whole audience loves you.
Yes.
I'm looking at my Twitter and the instant feedback. People are like, holy fuck, they love you now.
I need help.
Hey.
Hey, Joe, how are you,
Piscopo.
buddy?
Happy birthday, Joe.
You guys are the best.
Yes.
I swear to God, though, I always hear the great things since we've been on.
Yeah.
I hear the nicest things from the craziest people, how much they enjoyed our show.
Oh, yeah.
And here you go. You call to wish your old Jersey guy a happy
That's
birthday.
absolutely
We saw Jersey
right.
Joe Piscopo's birthday today, and we figured, you know what? You've been so much fun here on the program. We had to give a call, say hi.
And Joe, you know what? We're not those type of guys. We're not even saying your age.
No.
Because you're ageless. You're ageless,
Exactly.
You know what? Because you know that the young chick's listening. You got
That's right. Joe
you
might.
think-
We don't know if Joe's shaving a few years off when he talks to
No
these
idea.
girls.
No idea. We don't want to blow up your spot, Joe.
Exactly.
No, you know what? I don't even go there anymore. You know, it's like the answer is, what does it matter? You know, what does it matter?
Is that it?
Age is just a number. You know what? But hey, you got some nice girls that have contacted me that listen to the show, boys. Very
There it is.
Going to Jimmy's point.
Joe's
speak
diluting
horse
our
cock.
fucking opportunities here.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, man. I'm here now. It's so funny, the dichotomy of my
Is it?
life.
Yeah.
Hope and Anthony, and I'm
Still
here
can't
with
say
the
our
kids. I'm
names.
running, leaving one kid off. I'm going to get the other kids. I'm running around, and it seems so. Here in this, bucolic setting of Western Jersey, and then Roland texts me, Opie and Anthony want to talk to you. It's just like it's like a whole dichotomy.
It's
of my
amazing.
Life, but it makes it exciting.
A lot going on.
You still
Yeah.
live in Jersey, Joe?
You know what? I ain't moving, baby. Come on now. You know that.
Yeah, we know you love that Jersey.
He's a Jersey guy.
Hey.
Always will be.
Yeah, man.
We noticed that you tweeted yesterday, Happy Father's Day, you know?
You know, hey, happy Father's Day, except the problem is I have to stop at every exit along the parkway.
Because you really banged a lot
Joe.
of broads.
Joe.
You know, you think-
Up and down the turnpike, right, Joe? What exit?
you think- hey.
Which exits you got covered for broads?
Joe, it's called pulling out. You ought to look into it.
Stop.
I know. The only I'm naming my children after the exits now.
Oh,
Yeah,
fuck.
right.
That's hilarious.
Jeez, Father's Day was yesterday, and we saw your tweet about it, and it was a little vague.
Wait a minute. Which one did you?
Well, you were talking about the kids. What's the age range of all the kids at this point?
Oh my God! Yeah, Joey's like 67 and retired. You know the line. I mean, it's like
Yeah, that's
I got
terrific.
an oldest son. Joey's like in his 30s, and then I have the 2.5-year-old, which we talked about on the air, which the baby mama got like ticked off because I talked about it on the air with you guys. No, it was. I said, honey, that's funny. It's funny stuff. You remember when I didn't know it was my baby? We did that whole piece. And then she's going, oh, that's too personal. I went, nah, man, that's funny stuff. That was funny, you know?
Yeah.
And I'll tell you, boys, I'll say right here on the Opie and Anthony show, ladies and gentlemen,
Yeah.
I don't think I'm done yet.
Whoa, Joe!
Come on now.
Come on.
now.
You don't think you're done yet with maybe having some kids?
If I meet a girl that takes care of me, that cares enough, that doesn't just use me, you know.
Why is he blowing snot up into these women? You can enjoy a girl without
Joe, yeah, you can
pregnant.
you can enjoy a girl without knocking her up, there,
Right.
Joe.
Don't you understand that?
No, they all want babies. You mean
No,
Joe.
No. You know what? Wow, that's so much money going to these women and
child support and
Joe. You just got to have.
I said, and by time your father, I did tweet a tweet, you know, for my cynical friends. I said, you know, if you're blamed and you're belittled and you're broke, I said, Happy Father's Day. You know, it's like it's the same thing, but. You know, but I can't meet, and maybe you know what we should have, guys, if I may, and I feel I know you long enough to propose this.
Sure.
We should have a symposium for Jersey Joe, old Joe, and maybe there's a girl out there, she just wants to have a nice relationship. We'll do like, opieandanthony.com.
I love that Joe's a horn dog. What happened to the mom of the 2.5-year-old? Are you still with her? Jesus.
Who's that now? Who's that?
What happened to the mom of the 2.5-year-old?
Well, yeah, I got to come in and we got to talk.
Joe.
We got to talk.
What are you going to do, right, Joe?
Listen, I'm the Henry Kissinger of young broads. You know, I keep the peace. You know what I'm saying? But I just I don't know. It's not. I gotta settle in because everybody wants to get married. They want to do this. There's a lot of angst. Yesterday, guys, there were no exes. There were no girlfriends. There was nothing. It was just my children. Best freaking day ever had.
Nice. Good for Joe Piscopo. That's what it's all about, right, Joe?
I said, baby, it's the kids. It's all about the kids. You know that.
How many kids you got now?
5.
5 now.
5 kids, and he's not done.
No, I don't think I am, but I don't know how many you got, Anthony? How many do you have?
None.
No.
None, Joe.
I thought you knew us, Joe.
The second
I thought he knew us.
The second that feeling that resembles a sneeze comes up, I pull my dick out
and spray.
That's what I do.
It's a sprayer.
I pull it out, and fucking just let the old sheets and mattress soak it up.
Okay, I got what you're
I've never had to pay child support to fucking Posturepedic.
Absolutely. There's nothing better than the look on her face when you're laying there and she has to get up and go towel off. See that stuff that was supposed to give life? Go wipe it off in the bathroom.
Oh my God! I'm glad you're not being graphic about it.
Yeah, well, we try to use double entendre.
Yes, we're good at that.
Yeah.
Yeah, the double entendre. That's what it is. Oh Jesus.
Oh,
I don't
Joe.
know, but I shouldn't complain. It's all good. And since I saw you guys, we've been working, and people, I hear them. I'm telling you, the nicest comments people come.
Oh,
to
yeah.
Shows, we knock it out. So it's all good. So listen, I never think we have fun. You make fun. We schmooze. But I tell you what, guys, I appreciate it, and I appreciate the friendship very much.
Joe, absolutely.
I think this is a terrific
You're
friendship.
fantastic. And what do you got coming up? You got anything to plug? Any shows coming up?
No, I'm going out of business. I'm just going to freaking forget about it because, when I go to court, I want to just bring my pockets.
The court thing again.
You are in court like you're always in court. You're always got some young broad knocked up. Joe, think of what a smooth ride you'd have had if you didn't keep it in that long. That's it.
You know what?
His whole life is getting broads pregnant and go to court. It's unbelievable.
Yeah. And I bet it's very romantic. I bet there's loving look in the eyes when you know that you're conceiving a new life and everything. You just gotta stop that, Joe. Come on now. Oh.
This is therapy. This is like therapy for me. Right?
It is.
Yeah, Joe.
It is. This is well needed. This is like an
Taste of
intervention.
reality.
It's an intervention for you.
Intervention. That's what it is. You know how therapeutic it was for me. I didn't even tell you guys.
Yeah.
Well, listen. So we go on there. I'm absolutely, I was off the wall, like, ticked off, man. And then, because they disrespected me. They said bad things in the paper. You guys, and they go, it's Opie and Anthony. I said, and what I always appreciate what you do is you got millions of listeners. I go on the air and I answer this freaking crap back.
Oh.
You know who bled to the paper? It was the ex-wife's boyfriend who bled to the paper.
Oh, Jesus!
man.
Of course,
Unbelievable.
So listen, you guys know, and I you make all the fun you want. I know, but it's like how hard I work, how dedicated I am, how but about the whole family thing, and all right, I make a couple wrong moves, but I'm always working. I'm taking care of the kids. This the bum of the ex-wife, the bum that I'm paying for, the guy that's living in the freaking house that I freaking pay for, that's just the car that's driving that I'm paying for. He's going to call the press and he's going to say bad things. And Opie and freaking Anthony allow me to answer it.
Of
and
course, Joe. That's what friends do.
Yes.
I heard about it in court. I'll tell you that.
Oh, did you?
Are you done with that court case?
I hope so.
It's you know what? It's all good. It's all.
Oh,
okay.
That means no.
Oh, Joe.
That means a few more years of suffering.
No, if it doesn't work, can I call you?
Of course, Joe. Hey, Joe. What are you doing for your birthday? Anything fun today?
I got all the kids, man. You know what? I'm just gonna stay home. Tomorrow's the last day of school.
Right.
I don't want to say nothing, but I'm one of those dads that take the kids to school, very dedicated. And I'm so tired of homework and snacks and extracurricular activity. We're just hanging today, man. I'm just gonna hang and just have fun with all my children are gonna be there.
Right.
It's gonna be a full house, let me tell you. And I'm just gonna hang out.
Promise us one thing, Joe. Promise us one thing. That you keep your dick dry today.
Yeah, just today.
Just today. Try today to keep it dry. And then we'll work on tomorrow.
Right.
All right?
We'll go day to day. It's kind of like...
We're going to have an intervention.
Yeah. One day at a time.
Try to keep your dick dry.
One day at a time.
Because we hate to see you suffer.
Fucking Joe loves coming deep. I understand.
Oh, yeah.
He's a good boy.
Yeah,
He does like that.
I get it. It's hard to pull
Oh,
out.
it is. Takes a certain amount of discipline. You are right. Right about that one.
No, guys, the problem is I'm a Napolitan. I fall in love. That is my problem right there,
boy.
Joe. I fall in freaking love, and I do it.
And then you write a song.
Oh, Jesus. We remember the song.
You remember the song, right?
But
He goes,
You have any more songs in your future? That's all we need to know, Joe. Any more songs in your future?
No more not.
All right.
I won't be that much in love. I can promise you.
Oh, thank God. That's too much. That's too much love. There's such thing as too much love. And when you start writing songs like that, that's too much love.
Hey, Joe,
Unless you want me to I could write a new one and perform it in the studio next time.
That'd be great.
Wonderful.
I would actually.
We're actually
love
big
that.
fans of the Jersey song.
Yeah, that one was good too.
We like that one a lot.
Yeah.
Oh, man. That's the one. That's my anthem. That's the anthem anymore.
No kidding, man.
Yeah.
Did Bruce ever call you after that song came out?
Yeah.
No, he was.
I thought he would.
He's a Jersey guy.
He is.
No, early on, I remember I did the Springsteen impression.
Right.
And we did a song called New Jersey off the New Jersey album. Like, I think Abe Lincoln was president then. It was like long. And then, but listen, Bruce said he loved it.
Really?
Dave Marsh told me he really dug it. So
Oh.
I'll tell you what, he's the king. He's the king. So that was
Oh, he is. Yeah.
Joe, I know it's your birthday, and you probably don't want to perform on your birthday especially, but can we hear the Springsteen? Just even a little taste? Just a little. I know you're in the car, and you're dropping off the kids, and you're going to get your dick wet in about an hour or two, and then go to court, but...
something told me to leave the kids off before I called in.
I know.
When you drop the kids off at school, do you leave with just as many kids in the car?
Of course, of age, Joe. Of age.
Of course. Look at him.
You date young, but you're not.
Yeah.
Doing anything illegal.
No.
Would you guys like to hear the Springsteen?
Yeah.
Would you like to hear the Springsteen?
Ladies and gentlemen, Joe Piscopo as Bruce Springsteen.
I can't. No. Because I know it's going to happen. We're going to do it, and I don't have the material. I don't have the guitar. I'll come in and I'll do it.
It'll sound good.
I think it'll sound terrific.
Yeah, let's do it. Yeah. What the fuck?
I think we all understand that you're in the car, and it's not the the perfect situation. So
we're jammed with broken heroes on a last chance power drive. Yeah, you just do
See?
that, you know. Yeah.
See what happened?
No.
See, Ant just fucking.
Yeah, you just got to belt it out.
What the fudge?
All right, here we go.
All right.
Joe Piscopo.
Joe Piscopo.
And then you guys are going to leave me hanging, right?
No.
Never. Joe, you're our friend. It's your birthday. My God.
It's your
You guys
birthday.
are the best. Why do I feel like Buddy Ebsen right now? I'm not sure.
Well, doggy.
All right, here we go. Joe Piscopo, live from the car, Ant.
Yeah.
As he drops his kids off at school.
Little taste of Bruce.
My theme song. You guys aren't going to let me off the hook on this, right?
All right. Just let it rip. You know, sometimes it's
Fucking go
easier.
for it.
Sometimes it's easier to just belt it out, Joe.
Fuck yeah.
No, but I like Bruce when he's in his seductive mode.
All right.
You know,
all
where
right.
it's like,
Okay, good.
"Yeah, little girl, is your dad at home? Did he go and leave you all alone? I got a bad desire." It's my theme song, by the way. Ooh, I'm on fire. There it is. How's that? Good, guys? They're not bad, right? Okay, hanging. You son of a guns. Here I am. Leave it on the air. Check out joepiscopo.com. And, you know what? Don't go to Facebook, but better yet on Twitter. Let me know if you're in the area, and I'll do the same, and you come see a show, all right? And I'd like to thank Opie and Anthony for being so nice, always allowing me on the air. Roland, you're a good boy. You're a good young man. I thank you very much. So check out joepiscopo.com. I appreciate the birthday. And you know what's so sad, guys? I'm so old, I know all the tricks at this point. I know where you're going, when you're going, and how you're going. But you know what? I love you. And I appreciate you wishing me birthday wishes, all right? And stay with the intervention because I think it's working. All right, you guys. And to all the O&A listeners, you guys rock, man. Thanks for the wonderful comments. I love you guys. Really nice comments. Really solid, very astute comments. I appreciate it. So sending love from Jersey, guys. And happy birthday to me. Yeah, I'm on fire. Love you guys.
Oh my God. I love how he knew in a second. And that's how it is. Oh, let me hanging.
He's just
our
best,
good friend, Joe Piscopo.
He's really becoming a very good friend of ours.
Oh, yeah.
He's terrific.
It's funny.
Oh, you gotta love Joe.
All right, well, that sucked. Thanks for listening to the Opie and Anthony podcast. To hear the Opie and Anthony show 5 days a week live on satellite radio, online on your phone or tablet, or even on demand, go to SiriusXM.com. Also, interact with the Opie and Anthony show on Twitter, at Opie Radio, at Anthony Cumia, and at Jim Norton.
Welcome to another viscous entertainment production of Porno for the Blind. Narrated by sex god Lyle Chipperson. This is Farrah, Backdoor Teen Mom.
She's sucking his pecker. Yeah. Now she's still sucking his pecker. Now she's back. She stopped and now she's sucking his pecker again. She's holding his pecker. Now she's looking at his pecker. Now she's back up. He's got his pecker in her. He's playing with a clit with his pecker inside of her. He's got his hand on her leg and his other hand on her clit and he's put his big pecker inside of her. She's moaning because she loves his pecker. She's got her head on a pillow while he slams her cooter with his pecker. That's a cool picture right there. You could see her butthole and his pecker slamming in and out real fast. Now it's out, now it's in, now it's out, now it's in. Now it's out, now it's in. He's holding her butt cheeks while he puts his pecker into her really hard and fast. Now he's moving her hair because it's on her shoulder and he's holding her hips and he's putting his pecker in her pussy really hard. He's giving it to her good. That's the way I fuck.
Why the fuck did we use that guy's voice?